into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Well, a very good morning to you. It is Thursday, if you were wondering what day of the week it is, but this is your Feel Good Breakfast show on S3. Good morning, I'm Zoe Brown.
I'm Graham Richards, and yes, I was asking what day of the week it was. It's been that kind of a week, man, and we love it. Here's the thing. Today could be, it might just be the day that your life will change forever. It could be. If you've been a lifelong smoker or you've tried to quit repeatedly, but instead of taking up vaping, on this show for you today, we want to help you kick the bad habit. And we've got a panel of experts who are going to step in and help us do that.
That's right. We have influencer and e-cigarette consumer Cleo Hofmeister and Tahir Osman, as well as consultant pulmonologist Professor Richard van Zyl-Smith joining us for that panel discussion. So if you've been trying to quit, perhaps that's been on your bucket list, maybe lockdown encouraged you to, maybe pick up this bad habit again.
The stress of it.
We're going to help you.
Yep, we got your back this morning. So let's connect with the rest of this little team that has got your back for the next 3 hours. Raul looking resplendent in red this morning. Good morning, son. How you doing, bro?
What's up, you beautiful souls? Good morning, Gia. Good morning to you, Mzansi. Thank you for joining us this morning. As you heard, we are diving straight into the conversation, and maybe, yes, as G said, just maybe this is your lucky day, and we can assist you in quitting and curbing smoking, of course, this morning. So we want to find out from you how, if you have stopped before, are you stopping quitting, and do you have any successful tips or anything that you can share with us? And don't forget, that's all that you can do to come through on our WhatsApp line this morning. That's 063 408 8863. Don't forget to obviously include the hashtag Expresso show in your answers so that we can find you, so we can find your answers, and maybe your story can help the rest of the country or someone. Maybe even it's just one person today. If you can help them quit, if you've got a story for them, then today is a success. And that's what we're going to do today and hopefully assist you. So the panel of experts are coming through, and you, Mzansi, need to come in on the conversation with official duties, and she's here to deliver the news. We'll chat to you in just a bit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Raul, for that. I'll take it. Well, let's quickly start off with national headlines, starting with your national news. Annual consumers inflation soared to 7.4% in June, a 13-year high from 6.5% in May, mainly driven by rising transport and food prices. Stats SA said yesterday the annual rate rose during 2021 and continued its upward trajectory in the first half of 2022. The main groups contributing to high food inflation were bread and cereals, meats, oils and fats. Meanwhile, economists predict that the interest rates will in all likelihood rise today. This follows the news that inflation has reached its highest level in 13 years. And staying with local news, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan has asked the trade union Solidarity to provide a list of people with the necessary technical skills to help the government address the skills crisis at Eskom. Gordhan wrote to the Managing Director of Solidarity, Dirk Herman, on 14 July to thank the trade union for its offer in May this year to mobilize critical skills. Gordhan informed Herman that Eskom required power station engineers, including mechanical, nuclear, electrical system and maintenance skills, as well as the senior artisans and plant operators for coal and nuclear power stations. Moving to news beyond our own borders, India and Namibia have signed a deal that will see cheetahs from the southern African country relocated to India. The first batch of 8 big cats, the world's fastest land animal, is to arrive next month. They will be settled in a national park in the Madhya Pradesh state, which has abundant prey, and captive breeding will be introduced. Reports say 50 cheetahs, some of them from SA, will be moved over the next 5 years. India's former population of aesthetic cheetahs was declared extinct in the country 70 years ago. And staying with news abroad, from Washington comes the news that the White House coronavirus response coordinator, Dr. Ashish Jha, has said that they know how to manage the COVID-19 variant BA.5, which is presently the dominant Omicron subvariant in the US, as daily case numbers reach around 180,000. Although some 220 million people in America are considered fully vaccinated, there are almost 90 million infections countrywide. It's reported that medical experts are increasingly pointing to waning immunity and the need for booster shots. And next, an item undoubtedly many are interested in, especially for our viewers. It concerns the fertility show Africa 2022, which this year will be free for all attendees, both online and at the live in-person event that is at the Focus Rooms in Sandton, Johannesburg, this Saturday and Sunday. So if you're seeking answers, treatments, and in need of expert advice, the fertility show offers you the opportunity to consult confidentially with a wide range of experts free of charge. You can pose questions to leading professionals in fertility who have struggled with similar issues. Mindful that many of those suffering from infertility prefer a certain level of privacy, the fertility show will host an online event running alongside the physical show. This will also enable visitors from all parts of South Africa, the African continent, and the rest of the world to attend. For more details, go to www.fertilityshowafrica.com. Obtain your complimentary ticket via Quicket today. And on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's start with continental football, and CAF has trimmed the final list of nominees for the CAF Awards later tonight. So Egypt and Liverpool star Mohamed Salah will be up against the Senegalese duo of Sadio Mane and keeper Edward Mendy. What a field. That's for Men's Player of the Year. Then Zambia's Grace Chanda will compete with four-time winner Asisat Oshawala of Nigeria and Cameroonian Ajara Nishut Njoya. That's in the women's category, obviously. Then Andile Dlamini, Bambanani Mbani and Desiree Ellis, they're among the South African representatives. Then staying with our national pride, moving over to netball, the Proteas netball team, I think will take a lot of confidence into the Commonwealth Games, having claimed a comfortable 2-0 series win against Wales. South Africa won the first match 61-44, then followed that up with an equally convincing 57-47 win in that second test. South Africa now stretched their unbeaten run against Wales to 18 matches, and they'll be travelling to the Athletes' Village tomorrow ahead of the games, which start at the end of the month. Then on to golf. More controversy around the Live Golf Series. So Henrik Stenson has now joined the Live Golf Series following his removal as Europe's Ryder Cup captain. The Swede was sacked by Ryder Cup Europe on Wednesday morning, later put out a statement confirming that he was joining the controversial Saudi-backed breakaway event. The 46-year-old was appointed as captain back in March. Then we move to tennis now. Another Grand Slam on the way. More good news for fans of Serena Williams. She has been included on the entry list for the US Open, as was Novak Djokovic. Even though his refusal to be vaccinated will bar him from entering the country, Williams, who won the first of her 6 New York titles in 1999, remains frustratingly 1 Grand Slam short of Margaret Court's incredible record of 24. Then Djokovic, the 3-time winner, will however be unable to enter the United States after, of course, very publicly refusing to be vaccinated against COVID-19. So as always, we'll certainly watch that space, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first take on our Thursday morning weather.
Thank you so much. Here's time to take a look at the weather for the first time this morning and report on all things weather. Now, our weather report this morning concerns the water crisis in Nelson Mandela Bay, and more specifically that the city's business chamber has bestowed a special recognition on Gift of the Givers founder Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman for their humanitarian efforts in supporting communities impacted by the water crisis. Now, the award was presented by Chamber President Loyiso Dotwana after Suleiman had delivered the keynote address at an event hosted by the Chamber chamber to mark Mandela Day. Now, speaking during the event, Chamber CEO Dennis van Heesteen said the chamber was deeply grateful to Suleiman and his team, Gift of the Givers, for the selfless and rapid action in supporting the people of the metro during the water crisis. Now, van Heesteen said she hoped the acknowledgement would serve as a visible and long-standing recognition of what Suleiman, as founder and head of Gift of the Givers, had done in supporting the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Well, beautiful news indeed, but we move on from the water crisis to starting our morning off with some of your sunrise images. Now, first up this morning, we have this one, sent in by one of our regulars. It's Stallone Pillay, all the way out in Unkomaz, and what a beautiful shot. A stunning sunrise warming up the beach this morning and warming us up for the rest of these images. Thank you so, so much. Next up on our list, we've got Gift and Tokoza, who sent this one in overlooking his neighborhood with an orange morning sky out in Durban, just as the sun's about to rise up, and look how beautiful that looks. And then next up, we've got Esteline Solomon sent us this eerie image of the morning sky lighting up in the distance, all the way out in central Uitenaga or Uitenhage. Dean Irian also sending this one in, coming all the way through from Vredenburg, sending us one from the car this morning, but yet still looking absolutely majestic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But finally, one more to share this morning. This one coming through from Chloe Miller, and what a scene it is, all the way out in Maltpostrand with that tangerine-lit horizon filled with some clouds up above. Mzansi, thank you. These images are absolutely incredible, and please do continue to send them through. Our number is 063-408-8863, because obviously you can see it puts a smile on my dial and the rest of the studio, and we just absolutely love seeing how you start your morning. For now, though, it's time to take a look at the rest of the temperatures across the country. And starting off in Polokwane, rain expected in your side of town. 9 is your low, moving up to a high of 18. Mbombela, the rain does continue in your side of town as well. 14 moving all the way up to 23 degrees. Pretoria, less rain expected, but your low is 9, moving up to 20 degrees. And Johannesburg, seeing the day start at 8 all the way up to a maximum of 17 degrees with moderate rainfall expected. Over in Mahikeng now, less rain expected, possibly a little bit of drizzle, but the day starting at 7 up to 21. Much the same for Klerksdorp with a low of 6 and a high of 20 degrees. Kimberley sees the day starting at a chilly 5 up to 21. Bloemfontein takes the cake, a chilly start of 0 degrees, moving up to a moderate high of 21 degrees Celsius. And around the coast now, moving over to Richards Bay, where the day starts at a low of 15 up to a high of 25, with a small potential chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg sees a chillier start of 7 up to 24, with some definite rainfall expected in your side of town. Durban, the percentage of rain increases at 40%, your day starting at 16 up to 21. And Mthatha, the rain does continue as moderate as it can be. It's a day starting at 6 degrees, moving up to a high of 20 degrees Celsius. Around the coast now, in an area that is always desperate for rain, East London sees the day starting at 11 up to 19, with a moderate chance of some rain coming through at 3%. Cradock sees a chilly start of 2 up to 19 degrees with a little bit of drizzle expected. Berga sees the day starting at 8 up to a high of 18 degrees with a small chance of rain coming through. And much the same for George. No rain expected, but a chillier start of 7 degrees all the way up to a moderate 16 degrees Celsius. Moving around the coast and carrying on all the way to the mother city now, where there is sunny skies expected. A day starting at 10 degrees up to a high of 17. Worcester sees a chillier start of 5 up to a high of 20 degrees. Sutherland always coming through with a chill. 2 degrees is your start for the day. Sunny skies expected, but a chilly one only going up to 15. And last but not least, Uppington, 7 degrees to start the day, up to a beautiful high of 25 degrees Celsius. Once again, Mzansi, just a reminder, keep sending those incredible pictures in. We absolutely are elated by it. It gets us invigorated, and I love seeing how you start your day wherever you are in the country. For now, though, let's see what the team is up to and what else we can expect for the rest of the magic on the show.
I think it's going to be a sobering morning if you're a vapor, if you're into e-cigarettes. Maybe you thought it was a healthy alternative to cigarettes and you thought you would kick the butt of the butt. Well, I think you are in for a nasty surprise. We are dealing with e-cigarettes this morning, and we'd love to hear from you. 063-040-8863 is the number to use as a WhatsApp line. Please drop us a voice note. Have you quit smoking? Are you trying to quit? We'd love to get some insights.
And then, of course, we also want to get you a little bit active. If you've been a smoker, perhaps you are a smoker, we are here to bring you the ultimate fitness guide to really just get that lung capacity where it should be. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
Deep breath.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning if you've just tuned in. Thank you so much. You are right on time for a vitally important conversation. And as I said a little bit earlier this morning, I think this is going to be a wake-up call for quite a few people, or at least a little sobering. So government recently announced that it would be amending several of South Africa's smoking laws. Yet still unregulated e-cigarette products are marketed to, in particular, young people and very easily accessible. In shopping malls, colourful vaping kiosks are in plain sight. We've got sleek designs, hundreds of flavours and colours increase that product appeal and then create a perception, unfortunately, that these products are safe. And this is fueling youth e-cigarette uptakes.
Yes, it is indeed interesting stuff. So today we are discussing vaping, e-cigarettes and their associated risk with consultant pulmonologist at Groote Hospital's Professor Richard van Zyl-Smit, as well as, we've also got Cleo Hofmeister in the building. She's a cigarette consumer, or e-cigarette consumer, and she's got an incredible story that we are hoping to share with you. And maybe it can assist you in kicking the butt on the butt, as she was saying earlier. So we're encouraging you at home to join in on the discussion and share your thoughts and experiences with a voice note on our WhatsApp line, and that's 063-408-8863. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. How are we doing, firstly?
Welcome.
Lovely to be with you. Thanks for having us.
I know we joke about this, and I suppose that's our way, is to make light of things that potentially could be very serious. We were joking at the beginning of the show, this could be the best day of a person's life, the day that they change the course of their lives, and that's how big this actually is. Now, Cleo, I'm going to start with you because I think your personal story paints quite a good picture here. So how did you get introduced to the e-cigarette culture and make that transition into that space? Talk us through your journey.
Okay, so I started obviously smoking cigarettes, wanting to get off it, you know, and at the end of the day, I realized, okay, let's try vaping, because everyone's talking about it, the youth is like on it, let's do this.
Did it seem like the healthier option?
It seemed like it. Funny enough, I found out that it wasn't. So at the end of the day, I just decided, okay, let me try this, and then when I got into it, I started feeling a bit groggy and things like that. So, and then I actually got a lung infection.
Oh, serious?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's actually recently, so I actually stopped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, Doc, maybe I can ask you this question, because I'm sure this is not the first time we hear an example like this. I mean, I have so many friends that I heard of that were like, cool, we're going to get an e-cigarette now. It's going to be the cure to weed myself off smoking, the combustible cigarettes, right? But at the same time, it seemed to kind of replace it, and then frequency in use almost increased because it's so easy, it's so convenient, it tastes so good. I mean, I smell these flavors of smoke coming past and I'm like, that sounds beautiful. It's like a little breakfast scent in the morning. How often is this the case that you maybe see in your scenario, and how dangerous is this actually?
So yeah, it's a really interesting space as an academic, as a pulmonologist, as someone who runs a smoking cessation clinic. From a health perspective, the challenges, and we see it very differently from the consumer aspect. Cigarettes are a disaster. So I mean, let's just make that clear. And so when you compare something to cigarettes, yeah, they're going to be safer, but cigarettes kill half the people that use them. So that's the wrong comparison. It's compared to fresh air, where we really should be looking at, and how much more dangerous are e-cigarettes compared to fresh air. So the risk of infection, for example, is much higher with tobacco cigarettes, but much lower with e-cigarettes compared to tobacco, but compared to fresh air, much higher. So the marketing guys always talk about compared to cigarettes. We really, in this conversation, should be talking about compared to fresh air, not the other comparison.
Love that perspective.
Look, if we're not used to the advertising beast by now, and especially in that cigarette space, but it was very heavily regulated because of this, and I would assume that it's not going to be too long before e-cigarettes are going to receive the same regulation. What is actually happening to your lungs when you are sucking on a vape, on an e-cigarette? Break it down for us, and what are the potential dangers as opposed to fresh air going into our lungs?
So there are four major components of e-cigarettes. The liquid bit, which is vegetable glycerine, that you guys might use in your cooking show later. Propylene glycol, which you guys will use when you're doing your stage performances. The stage smoke, that's propylene glycol. The flavorant, which you use in cooking, and the nicotine. So each of those elements form part of a cigarette in different configurations, different flavorants. And the big challenge, particularly for us in research, is like cinnamon, for example. You put it on your cinnamon bun and eat it, it's fine.
Amazing, yeah.
But if you heat it to 200-300 degrees and then breathe it in, it's a completely different ballgame. And so even the flavorants, vanilla, cinnamon, all of those flavorants, when heated to very high temperatures, change their chemical construction and can cause damage that can increase your risk for infection, that can damage little hairs on the inside of your lungs that keep all the bugs and phlegm out. Nicotine can also cause issues with blood pressure. So each of those components have their own separate issues, which if you put them on a table are absolutely fine. Heat them and breathe them in, it's a different ballgame.
And the fact that it's being packaged in something that is potentially healthier and so much more accessible makes it so much more dangerous.
Cleo, I mean, listening to this right now, obviously you've stopped, right? I hope you've still stopped and you haven't...
We're going to keep reinforcing that
was
today.
Was this something that you were even aware of before you picked up the e-cigarette?
I don't know if you saw my facial expressions as...
I'm looking at you and your head's like... Oh.
No wonder I actually got that.
Don't worry, the prof is used to it, I think. That's generally... He knows he's hitting the mark when someone gives him a shocked look that he's done his job.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a shock to my system, but yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
I understand it now.
Look, we're going to, I think, dive a bit deep in this conversation because for me, it's about that ease of use, the popularity, and what it's actually causing. Because a lot of the time, like we were mentioning now, you're not aware of all this information. So I'm loving the fact that we're going to get an opportunity to dive deeper into this conversation. So for you, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. Of course, this conversation will continue. G and I are going to be unpacking with the Prof and Cleo everything involving e-cigarettes and hopefully helping you to kick the butt on the cigarette itself. So don't forget to come through with our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863 and share some tips that you maybe have on how you possibly kicked it. And yeah, we'll catch up with you in just a bit. But standing by right now for a lovely fitness to help us breathe is Zoe. Let's find out some more.
Oh, thank you, Raul. And just listening to that conversation that was taking place, smoking really affects many aspects of the body, including your physical endurance. Now, if you smoke, you can get less oxygen in your heart, lungs, and muscles, and this reduces your physical fitness. And there are, however, exercises that can help with expanding your breathing to allow for more oxygen to flow through the body. And here to demonstrate some of these exercises is fitness coach and ultramarathon athlete Coleman Valentine. Tino. He's here to take us through it. This is exciting because I think when it comes to breathing exercises, whether you're a smoker or not, it's very important to get all that oxygen into your body.
So true, so true. Most people don't even notice this, but they tend to be like shallow breathers, so they don't breathe as deep as they could. So we're going to do a few exercises, breathing exercises, and then a few yoga postures, just to get those breathing muscles activated.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's jump straight into it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to get started in cross-legged seats. One of my favorite. Sitting up nice and tall. So we're going to start with breathing exercises. So we're going to breathe into the belly for a count of 5. So we're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for another one. 1, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I want you to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And we're going to inhale just into the chest. It's only the hand on the chest that's going to move.
Okay.
Inhale, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that with the belly. Now only the belly moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to put both hands on the knees here. I don't know if you've heard about abdominal churning.
No, I have not. Please enlighten me.
So it's a way of breathing, cleansing your internal organs as well as breathing into the lungs. So you're going to inhale into your belly. And then you exhale, make like almost trying to make a wave with your belly. Inhale.
It sounds easier than what it is.
It's not that easy. Exhale. And then push your belly out again. Inhale. Exhale. You know that wavy action? It's quite a bit of, you have to have abdomen contraction.
Strength and some
strength,
roll.
abs.
Really show it.
So you're rolling your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you're trying to pull your belly, all those organs up into your ribs. Nice and deep, make it hollow. And then inhale. Inflate. Exhale. You mustn't hold it. You might just pass out. Continue to breathe.
Okay. This is amazing. I'm already feeling invigorated, getting all of that oxygen in. And this is something anyone can do first thing in the morning as they wake up. So what else can we do to really get more oxygen into our lungs?
So breathing exercises in yoga is actually called pranayama. Sorry. So pranayama, we're gonna middle finger in the middle of your nose.
Okay.
Index finger, right side, left side. There we go, just like that. So we're gonna close our right nostril, breathe into our left, inhale.
Right. It's this side, okay.
Hold the left, open the right, exhale. Inhale. Okay.
I couldn't figure out right from left.
That happens in yoga a lot. You'd be surprised. A lot.
And then out.
And then out, yes. So you're breathing in through one nostril, closing it, breathing out through the other. And then in through that one again, close, breathe out through the other. And you continue this.
This is amazing.
So it opens your airways. If you have like foggy brain, you know, in the morning, gets you going.
It gets you going.
Let's get into a yoga pose.
Okay.
One of my favorites that I like. Up dog. Dropping the hips nice and low here. Tucking in the navel. Slight bend in your elbows, and we're hugging those elbows in. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting your gaze nice and high. I want you to roll your inner thighs in towards one another. Feet nice and flat.
Okay.
Pushing into your big toes here. Make sure your lower back is supported by tucking in your navel. And then lift up the heart. Roll the shoulders back. See how high you can look up. Tuck in the navel. Breathe into the lungs. You can feel the rib cage expanding. Exhale. So you can do that counting breath that we did in the beginning, you can do here as well.
Okay.
This forces you to focus on the lungs because the stretch focuses on the open chest and the shoulders back. So the breathing is there.
Oh, well, listen, this is amazing. You're making me aware of all these different body parts I sometimes forget about. Like you said, twist the legs in and okay.
Yeah, small details.
It's all in the small details.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. If people want to get a hold of you, where can they find you on social media? Would you like vanilla or cream soda flavored Super M?
I'm a very plain guy, so vanilla.
Vanilla for you. The green matches my outfit, so I'll take this one. Thank you very much. Where can people find you on social media?
Instagram, Calman Valentino, Instagram.
Calman, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you find him on Instagram, Calman Valentina. Cheers to that.
There you go.
There we go. Well, listen, I hope you took something from that. And if you're a smoker, do this. If you're not a smoker, I encourage you to do it.
And if you want to stop smoking.
True. There we go. Thank you.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in as we continue our conversation on vaping, e-cigarettes and their associated risks. And there are many. We're chatting to consultant pulmonologist at Groote Schuur Hospital, Professor Richard van Zyl-Smit, as well as influencer and e-cigarette consumer who's turned good, Cleo Hofmeister. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your candor. And we also encourage you at home to join in on the discussion. And please share your thoughts, maybe your experiences, your insights. Fire a voice note on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. Have you been able to kick the habit? How did you do it?
Yes, how did we do it? And of course, how we were talking about this is just getting me more educated when it comes to e-cigarettes. I didn't even know half of the information that's being shared here. Prof, it's a great opportunity to find out more from you as well when it comes to... Firstly, there's this massive popularity with e-cigarettes, as we all are aware. It's like taking
Because it looks so cool, right?
It is, and you can do these tricks and those circles like a dragon. But besides that, obviously, there's levels of nicotine in these products, right? That, I'm assuming, makes it pretty harmful, especially when it comes to someone that's young, when our brains are developing and our bodies. What impact does nicotine have on us? And especially the fact that it can still be found in e-cigarettes, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, so rather, I mean, there are two major things with nicotine. One is the concentrations differ depending on which brand you're using, and how much you actually get in is different. So it's not clear exactly how much people are getting, but Cleo will tell you, as an ex-smoker, the more you need, the more you take. And so you just adjust your habit. So the old sort of light cigarettes, you just smoke more of them so that you get your nicotine levels. What's major concern is the adolescence and the nicotine. And what e-cigarette manufacturers have done very cleverly is they've changed this chemical structure of the nicotine. So cigarettes are particularly bad tasting. You've got to actually work quite hard to continue to smoke. But e-cigarettes, the nicotine is changed, and so it gets absorbed easier and it's more palatable. So we saw in the US huge numbers of adolescents being addicted to nicotine because of this chemical change. And the adolescent brain, as it develops, is higher risk for becoming addicted to things. And so I have a major concern, and there are many of us that have major concerns about nicotine exposure in adolescence. Different when you're an adult. When your brain's 25, 30, compared to a brain at 14, 15, it's a different ballgame. And so we really need to separate vaping as adults and fun tricks to vaping in adolescence. It's a different issue.
You know, I'm listening to this and kind of going through the motions in my head, and I'm thinking, why? Why are these not regulated? Why have we come so far with cigarettes and not with vaping and e-cigarettes when clearly we can see the dangers? Or can we? I want to know from you, Cleo, when you got into this, did it feel like a healthy alternative? Did it feel like, were you aware of any of these dangers? Did you see anything on a packaging listed somewhere? Was there anything to indicate that you were making a bad choice?
Yeah, like I said earlier on, I was shocked to hear all of these things. In the beginning, I started like, okay, it is healthier because it's like smoother and everything. And then I started getting my symptoms. And then I was like, okay, no, I think it's bad. But naughty me, I continued. And then, yeah, just from there, I just went downhill.
You're not alone, okay? You are definitely not alone, so we're not judging. This is a safe space. How much did it cost you? What was the impact on your wallet?
Look, I just started with the disposable ones. So it actually became cheaper than cigarettes. So that's also another danger. But then, like Prof said, you know, the more you want all the time. So I got addicted to it. So obviously, the more the disposable ones, I just threw it away, bought a new one. And then it obviously became more expensive as well because there was a demand for it. And yeah, it didn't help.
And you were just in the system by then, of course. And I'm assuming there was nicotine involved in the
yeah, so the one that I was using had 5% of nicotine.
All right. Look, we've got so many voice notes coming through. Your conversations are inspiring people in Mzansi. We've got one from Jocelyn. I don't know if it's a tip or not, but let's hear what Joss has to say.
A very good morning to my Expresso family. I was diagnosed with asthma 26 years ago with the birth of my youngest son. I was advised by the doctor to stop smoking because it's not good for the lungs. Well, 27 years later, I stopped smoking by the grace of God and a strong willpower. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, Alba Gardens. Bye.
Testament.
And it is something to celebrate. It really is. I mean, people fight their whole life to kick a habit like this. Well done. We've got another voice note coming through. Let's hear what they had to say.
Good morning, Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Kedivoni and I was once a smoker. It was so hard for me to quit, but when I met my husband, I tried really hard to hide it, and I was smoking in secret until I fell pregnant with our son, and then I stopped and never looked back.
Yes. I think pregnancy has helped a lot of people kick a lot of habits, so there's magic in that, which we absolutely love. And thank you so much for sending those voice notes. Please keep them coming. Prof, how close do you think, as someone who is playing kind of on this front line of this particular war, if you will, what needs to kick in for regulation to happen now? You know, we see, obviously, government has a focus on this area. How far away, knowing the risks that are associated with this and the fact that it's blindsiding so many people, how far away from regulations are we? Where in the life cycle do we sit?
So, Graham, it's a contentious question. The regulations are sitting. They have been sitting. They're all there. They're just waiting to be signed off. And so it's one of those things that have been, you know, if you asked me 5 years ago, I would have said it's coming soon.
Answer, yeah.
I think we are close. There is a real push at the moment. I think the epidemic of COVID has at least advanced that, but obviously there are other issues that government is focusing on. But the regulations are waiting. They have been promulgated. They need to be signed off. There's feedback from the public. All those processes are happening, and so we could see it in 2 months, we could see it in 6 months, we could see it in a year, depending on how long government takes, but they're all there and waiting to go.
Let's hope it doesn't take a high-profile case, a tragic story, to push them over that verge, as is often the case. We're going to continue this discussion in just a moment. We are honing in on vaping, on e-cigarettes that you might think is a healthier option to cigarettes, but it isn't necessarily the truth. And, of course, we're going to continue to help you hopefully kick the habit in just a moment.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Well, you know what? A bowl of jungle oats is the ultimate winter breakfast. But if you're slightly more adventurous and you love taking risks in the kitchen, then you will love today's recipe, because we are taking jungle oats and turning it into banana oatmeal with a delicious ricotta, honey, and orange touch. Definitely for the adventurous palate. And here to take us through the recipe is Michaela.
Hello.
Is this your recipe? Your creative craziness?
No, but I will be here to demonstrate it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Okay, where can I help you with? Because we've got quite a few elements to it.
So many elements happening.
Banana, we've got some citrus here, as well as oats and some wheat.
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
So you can actually start with the buckwheat. We have the buckwheat. We have some that looks like olive oil. I would have used like a more neutral flavor.
Okay.
So like a canola. Just want to add a little bit of it, just so it coats each of the grains.
Just a little touch.
Yes.
Then
we have some honey and some cinnamon. You want to bake that in the oven at 190 degrees until it's crisp and golden.
180 degrees. Okay, so is bulgur wheat something that always needs to go into the oven, or is that just to add a bit of texture to our oats dish that we make?
No, buckwheat you can boil. And you can use it as a substitute to like couscous and stuff in a salad.
Okay.
I actually prefer it to couscous. It's got quite a good texture, but it does crisp up well too in the oven. So you could even use it as a healthy substitute for like a biscuit, which is basically what we're doing right now.
Okay,
like
just adding a bit of crunch to our recipe.
100.
So I've added our cinnamon, and then I'll do the honey and pop it onto the sheet.
On my end, I've added a cup of water, a cup of milk, a bit of honey, just to add some sweetness. And we have a little bit of the juice from our orange that we divided up earlier. And then you want to get a cup of your oats. So it's 1 cup to 2 cups of liquid.
Okay.
And you just want to cook that until it's thickened and it's all soft and delicious. And then once that's done, take it off the heat and add the vanilla.
So I only recently, so normally when I make my oats, I like to do overnight oats, where I do it the night before, pop it in the fridge, the next day it is my breakfast. I only recently learned how to cook it in front of the stove, and I realized it's one of those things you have to stay in front of the stove. Don't leave, because then you just, haste creates waste. That's what I find. Now the jungle oats, it is high in energy. Excuse me, it's also high in fiber. It is high in, well, in fact, it's low in sodium and low in GI, making it the perfect breakfast, keeping you fuller for longer. And what a way to start off your day.
My mom has jungle oats every day. Hi, Mom.
I get it. I've got mine here. It's been prepped. It was prepped this morning, but I wasn't as adventurous. I just went with the basic almond butter, a little bit of chia seeds, and a bit of honey.
That sounds good.
But that's the nice thing about oats. You really get to play around. And we are obviously going a little bit more adventurous with our recipe today. And if you want to get your hands on our recipe, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com. And that goes into the oven to crisp up.
I would say you don't have to use the ricotta in this, but it does add a little element of protein to your breakfast that you do want. And you just want to decorate it with some orange segments. Woo! Some banana, and the buckwheat topping that we made, which is delicious.
Did you add a bit of honey to this? Can we add a little bit of honey?
Yes, we can drizzle some of that.
Can we drizzle some honey on this? Really making it our own, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a tasty.
Nice.
Okay.
Someone has to.
Someone has to. Well, listen, I'm very intrigued to get our buckwheat that has got some cinnamon and honey on it, as well as this banana. I'm just going to tuck into this with a little bit of oats and the buckwheat. There we go.
Oh, I can hear how crispy that is.
You can hear the crunch. The buckwheat got a chewy crunch to it, which I love. And that cinnamon taste with the banana. I didn't really get to the ricotta, but definitely take a big scoop the next time.
It's such a neutral flavor, though, that it won't really, add too much.
It will add protein, and that's what
100%.
we want. Well, Michaela, thank you for joining us today. And do life with heart and try something new. And to get the banana oatmeal recipe that we've just made, visit our website, expressoshow.com. Plus, when you buy any box of Jungle Oats, you could win a share of, listen to this, 2 million rand.
Excuse me?
Yep. Simply WhatsApp a photo of your till slip to 072-136-9927, and then of course cross your fingers and hope for the best, because we will also be putting all of those competition details on our social media pages. So good luck, buy your Jungle Oats, and of course remember to WhatsApp that till slip as proof of entry. Good luck. This is good. This is very good.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in Jungle Oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show right now, and we are continuing an incredible conversation on vaping e-cigarettes and the associated risks. And as you heard earlier, failure to properly regulate e-cigarettes ignores their harmful effects. Now, in addition to this, it's also ushering in a new generation of nicotine addicts. Now, we're joined again by consultant pulmonologist at Groote Hospital. It's Professor Richard van Zyl-Smit, as well as influencer and e-cigarette consumer Cleo Hofmeister.
What do you say, ex-e-cigarette
Yes,
consumer?
I like that.
But like all of us who have battled any kind of addiction or these kinds of patterns in our lives, you're fighting the battle. So we applaud you for that, and hopefully we can help you kind of reinforce your commitment to that journey. But Prof, I've got to start with you quickly. Secondary smoke. There is this notion, again, that e-cigarettes, that the vaping produces a far less toxic smoke, hence people are smoking indoors, around other people, around children. Is this the case? How toxic is secondary smoke when it comes to vaping?
So let me correct you, Graham. It's vaping. It's not smoke. The vaping industry will get very upset with you for calling it smoke. It's not smoke.
It's not smoke.
It's vapor.
Vaping. Smoking, you're sucking. Yeah.
So the challenge is that secondhand tobacco smoke is significantly more dangerous than fresh air. Let's make that clear. There are lots of associated risks with tobacco smoke. Secondhand vape is less clear. Again, the cigarettes are different to vaping. Vaping products are different to each other. They do have the same chemicals that you're inhaling. They are not absolutely safe. If you had to say to me, do I want to stand next to a vapor or a smoker? Yes, I would prefer a vapor to a smoker.
But actually, it smells better. Yeah.
I would prefer standing next to fresh air. So they are not without risk, but absolutely compared to tobacco smoke, secondhand vape is much safer, we think. But that doesn't mean that I, as a non-smoker, non-vapor, should be exposed to it.
Exactly.
And so that's WHO's approach, is to say, for the non-smoker, non-vapor, there's no reason why we should allow them to be exposed to anything more harmful than fresh air, rather than saying, well, it's safer than tobacco, so we will allow it. They've gone for the it's not safer than fresh air approach. which from a regulatory point of view makes sense. From a personal freedom point of view, well, that's a separate issue.
Yeah, but I think especially when it comes to kids, that's probably where that battle line needs to be drawn.
Got to draw the line for sure. Claire, I wanted to touch on your journey so far. Obviously, you're someone that I think a lot of people can possibly relate to right now, especially those that are watching, and maybe can be inspired by this. Now, you've taken the option and the decision to stop smoking. Your infection, which took place about a month ago. I want to know, how's it going now? Obviously, nicotine is one of the guiding sort of factors when it comes to that addiction. How's that for you? Are you still struggling? Are you feeling the addiction? Are you coping? And how are you dealing? How are you doing? Are you stressed?
Struggle, it's like a mountain to climb. But yeah, so I feel that that addiction is still there.
Yeah.
I literally can still taste that flavor sometimes in the morning when I wake up, because it used to be the first thing in the morning. So I can still taste that peach flavor every single day. So it's a struggle, but I'm trying to get through it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm just feeling for you, because I can sense that pain, but hang in there, seriously. I mean, if you look at some of the voices that we've gotten already, it's a refreshing breath of people speaking about the greener pasture on the other side, and that could definitely be you. So hang in there for sure, and thank you again.
Keep taking deep breaths. Keep taking deep breaths to remind yourself. So we have had a ton of great voice notes coming through. Let's continue with those and hear what the people have to say.
I'm trying to stop smoking right now at the moment. So what I do is I light the cigarette and then I put it straight out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Like just using the action and then...
I feel like he's dominating the cigarette each time.
Okay.
All right, let's hear another.
Good morning, Expresso. Yes, I've been smoking for 30 years. 2 packets of 20 a day. But with the grace of God and after prayer, I just left it. And I didn't have any craving or feel like smoking again. And it is 17 years ago already.
Wow.
Thank you.
2 packs a day.
You see that often, Prof? Guys just suddenly after 20, 30 years, done, I'm over it, and then they're fine.
I've seen it enough to recognize that it does happen. But on the other hand, you will have the Cleos who may not have been doing 20 a day will still have the craving. It's one of those very weird things. For some, today's the day, stop, done, no cravings. For others, 20, 30 years down the line,
still fighting. Every time they have a drink,
the cigarette, they can... Yep. So for each person, the cigarette, the e-cigarette is doing something in your life. And some really struggle with the addiction. Some really struggle with the habit. And so for each person, that journey looks different, which makes it challenging from a healthcare point of view to say, this is how you should do it. But I've heard all the stories, and it is amazing. So I always ask the stories because they're instructive. And I said, there are people that are 40 a day, today's the day, finished, klar, nothing. And others that will struggle for the rest of their lives.
We understand that it is a very personal journey that I think the main thing here is to take the first step. However that journey goes and however long it takes you, I think the intent is absolutely vital. There are so many people that can help you, like the Prof, on this path to a healthier version of yourself. But take some inspiration from Cleo. The fact that you take that first step is that change in course. And you can do that right now in your own life, whether it's lighting a cigarette and putting it straight out again, or it's just making the choice and never touching a cigarette again in your life, and certainly steering clear of vaping as well. You need to look after your body, and certainly this is one way that you can make a very big change.
Yeah, definitely. Now, standing by, Grant has some tips for us and is coming through with all the latest when it comes to tech and maybe helping us with this problem too, so stand by for the magic. We'll see you now.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Well, for many, when it comes to quitting smoking, it is not an easy task. And, you know, any strategy to help them quit is welcome. Now, that is why we have Grant Hines in studio. He's here to chat with us through some apps that can help you along this journey. Now, the app can't quit for you, but it can help you make it a bit easier.
That's right. And different people require different methods of quitting, and sometimes having an app that's constantly reminding you what to do in the way that you want it to will help. Which is really good. And we use it for other behavioral things like fitness, eating, calorie counting. That's what we use our phones for. Why not for quitting?
Okay.
So the first app that I want to talk about is an app called Quitshare. So this uses cognitive behavioral therapy to help you quit, which is really interesting. And they have a 6-day program and claim that 95% of people that have taken the program have actually quit. And the main reason is that because it's cognitive behavioral therapy, it's working with you, working with science, or the idea of science psychologically, to help you wean you off smoking. So
is this now to help you perhaps get rid of the habit of smoking?
Yes. So yeah, exactly. It's about getting rid of the habitual reasons that people smoke.
Okay.
And I think that's why there's a large percentage of people that wean off, because yes, tobacco is super addictive. A huge part of that is social, and it's also behavioral. So it's trying to undo those things. The second app, and actually the next two as well, which are really cool, is Quit Now. So Quit Now is what I would call negative reinforcement. So, you know, when it's like, some people respond to this very well, but it shows you your ex-smoker status, which is, it helps you focus on how many days that you've been smoke-free. Okay. So, you know, it pushes you to start counting those things, and I call it like guilt tripping, because you want to keep that up as far as possible. And then there's a community tab, which is, as I said, a lot of smoking is also the community and the people that you're around. And there's two groups in the community tab. The first group of people is people that have quit and have not smoked, and the second group of people is people that are still smoking, trying to not smoke. So you want to make sure that you get into the other group of people, but as soon as you relapse, you get
back to the
other group. So it's trying to get you into a community of people that aren't smoking and that can encourage you. And I know this sounds so lame, but it was like when I was skateboarding at school. You always skateboard better when you skateboard with other people. When you do these things, or you try to take on these challenges by yourself, it's very hard to do that. And having other people that have successfully been able to quit around you can really help push you and motivate you to go like, oh wait, this isn't as hard as I've painted it in my head. This is something I can actually physically do.
Are these different developers that develop these apps? Because
Yes.
I love how the first one is Quitshare, and now this is Quit Now. And do we have another quit app?
It's called Quit Smoking, that's the other one. Quit Smoking, Stop Smoking Counter.
For real?
Yeah, literally. I mean, maybe that's what people search. Maybe it was like a smart thing. People wanted to search quit smoking on the app stores, and that's what they come up with. But why I've chosen these three is that they have different approaches to quitting that might appeal to you.
Okay.
So you know, everybody has different theories as to what will work for them. And actually, the goal is to quit. It doesn't matter how you get there. The goal is to quit. So whatever works best for you. And again, these apps can help facilitate those behavioral changes. This other Quit Smoking app is really cool as well. It's also what I would call this more positive reinforcement, although it fits a lot with the more of the previous app. But it will remind you of the benefits of not smoking. So every time you go through a day without smoking, there's a button, and it will say, okay, cool, you've been 4 days without smoking, and remind you of what's being rebuilt in your body, the health that you're actually regaining. So because of that positive reinforcement, you don't really want to relapse, or at least it's pushing you not to relapse until you get to a stage of like, look at the health of your lungs, look at the health of your body, you should be able to breathe better, you're on day 12, you know, that kind of thing. And again, so that's more positive reinforcement. And if you do you know, get rid of habits a lot faster with positive reinforcement, I highly recommend Quit Smoking.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Grant. Thank you for bringing all the different quits along. Quitshare, Quit Now, Quit Smoking. Those are just some of the apps that can help you facilitate. And this morning for our Good Morning Post, we actually asked you on social media, are you a smoker? Have you tried to quit? And you've sent through those amazing voice notes. Let's listen to some of them that's come through.
Good morning, Expresso. I've been smoking also, yes, I don't know what, for about 17, 18 years. I've tried the whole vaping thing, but because a few years ago I was diagnosed with epilepsy after an accident.
Sure.
And the vaping doesn't help because it brings on the seizures. So I quit that immediately, and So the smoking option just came back, and because it just relaxes someone, you know, you can just breathe in, breathe out.
Okay, thank you for that voice note. Well, you know, our WhatsApp line, it is open. That number is 063-408-8863. I think there are quite a few people that managed to quit during lockdown because cigarettes wasn't available. So let's take a listen to our next voice note.
Good morning. My name is Shan, and I smoked for 46 years, and I gave up during lockdown. I am so proud of myself, and I am happy to know that I don't even crave to have a cigarette again. It is an absolutely amazing feeling. Only problem is that I've put on a little bit of weight, but you know what, we can fight that at some stage.
Definitely. Shan, thank you for sharing. That is so amazing that you quit after 46 years of smoking.
All of that money that you're saving now, that's the other part of it.
That's also a positive reinforcement to
yes,
remind
there we
yourself.
go. I work with positive reinforcement. So
there we go. Grant Hines, thank you for joining us. And of course, if you're a smoker, planning on smoking, perhaps you've stopped smoking, this is the show for you, so stay tuned.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your feel-good breakfast show, and what an incredible show it's been, and the magic is going to continue. Clearly, as you've seen, we're dressed in theme. We're ready to entertain you, and Brandon Bartman, is standing by for us. The man's got keys, he's got vocals, he's got so much other magic, and he's going to be entertaining us. But before we get into that, official duties must commence, and Zoe is standing by.
Thank you, Raul. Well, let's start off with your national headlines. KwaZulu-Natal police have arrested 4 suspects in connection with a shooting at a tavern in Sweetwaters outside Pietermaritzburg earlier this month. 4 people died in the attack and 8 were wounded. The incident happened the same weekend as several other similar attacks, including the attack in Orlando, Soweto, in which 16 people died. 2 of the suspects were also caught with an illegal firearm and ammunition. They appeared in the Pietermaritzburg Magistrates Court yesterday and were remanded to the 28th of July. And staying with local news, annual consumer inflation soared to 7.4% in June, a 13-year high from 6.5% in May, mainly driven by rising transport and food prices. Stats SA said yesterday the annual rate rose during 2021 and continued its upward trajectory in the first half of 2022. The main groups contributing to high food inflation were bread and cereals, meats, oils and fats. Meanwhile, economists predict that interest rates will in all likelihood rise today. This follows the news that inflation has reached its highest level in 13 years. Moving to news abroad, Rishi Sunak will face Liz Truss in the race to be the next British Prime Minister after Penny Mordaunt was eliminated in the latest Tory leadership ballot. Now, Truss overturned Mordaunt's narrow lead in the final vote among the Tory MPs, securing a place in the runoff by 113 votes to 105. She will now go head-to-head with Sunak, who topped the final ballot with 137 votes. The winner will be decided by a vote by the Conservative Party members. Staying with news beyond our own borders, India and Namibia have signed a deal that will see cheetahs from the southern African country relocated to India. The first batch of 8 big cats, the world's fastest land animal, is to arrive next month. They will be settled in a national park in Madhya Pradesh state, which has abundant prey, and captive breeding will be introduced. Reports say 50 cheetahs, some of them from South Africa, will be moved over the next 5 years. India's former population of Asiatic cheetahs was declared extinct in the country 70 years ago. And as mentioned yesterday in our item on the Ladles of Love and their world record contribution to Mandela Day, the late President Nelson Mandela once said, "It looks impossible until it's done." Well, Chefs with Compassion appeared to tackle the impossible on Mandela Day when they dedicated 67 minutes to a hashtag 67,000 litres of soup challenge. Armed with their kitchen utensils and aprons, they gathered at the Culinary School of Arts in Johannesburg and in a magnificent effort made soup for hundreds of hungry people. Pupils from the school eagerly participated in the challenge. Wearing their chef's uniform, they diced vegetables, filled buckets with nutritious soup. For some of the soup that was cooked, they used a lot of rescue produce. That's food still in a good condition and almost expired. This contained potato peels, carrots, lettuce heads, and they added a bit of spices. In the end, Chefs with Compassion exceeded the target and made a whopping 90,679 litres of soup. What a beautiful effort indeed, and we are certainly very proud of that achievement. And that's your morning headlines for now. Here's another look at your sport.
Thanks so much. So let's start with continental football first, and CAF have now trimmed the final list of nominees for the CAF Awards later tonight. So Egypt's and Liverpool star Mohamed Salah, he'll be up against the Senegalese duo of Sadio Mane and keeper Edward Mendy for the Men's Player of the Year award. Then Zambia's Grace Chanda, she'll compete with 4-time winner Asisat Ashawala of Nigeria and Cameroonian Ajara Nchut Njoya in the women's category. Then Andile Dlamini, Bambanani Mbani and Desiree Ellis, all among the South African representatives, wishing them all the best of luck. And staying with our national pride, we move to netball now. And the Proteas netball team, they'll definitely take a lot of confidence into their Commonwealth Games now, having claimed a comfortable 2-0 series win against Wales. South Africa won the first match 61-44, then followed that up with an equally convincing 57-47 win in the second test. South Africa stretched their unbeaten run against Wales to 18 matches with that, and will now travel to the Athletes Village tomorrow ahead of the Games, which kickstart at the end of this month. Then more drama associated with the Live Golf Series. Henrik Stenson has now joined the Live Series following his removal as Europe's Ryder Cup captain. The Swede was sacked by Ryder Cup Europe on Wednesday morning, later put out a statement confirming that he was joining the controversial Saudi-backed breakaway event, of course, with massive money involved. The 46-year-old was appointed as captain in March. Then we turn to tennis and focusing on the next Grand Slam. Serena Williams has been included on the entry list for the US Open, as was Novak Djokovic, even though his refusal to be vaccinated will, of course, bar him from entering the country. So Williams, who won her first of her 6 New York titles in 1999, remains frustratingly just 1 Grand Slam short of Margaret Court's record of 24. And Djokovic, the 3-time winner, will, however, be unable to enter the United States after refusing to be vaccinated against COVID-19. So we'll certainly watch that space. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour at least. And I think the roads will be waking up now, so let's see what you can expect out in the traffic.
Yes, thanks so much, G. Of course, a lot of you are heading out off to work or making your way out to the roads, so let's report on the traffic and see what is happening. Out in Gauteng, in Olifantsfontein, there are roadworks on the R21 southbound before Olifantsfontein Road. Now, 2 right lanes are currently closed and causing heavy delays, so please allow for extra travel time. Now, if you're out in the Western Cape, in Gugulethu, there is a stationary vehicle on the N2 outbound after Borchard's Quarry Road. Now, the left lane is blocked, so please do approach with caution. Now, for any of our viewers out in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg on the N3 westbound, there's a stationary vehicle before the Peter Brown Drive ramp, and 1 lane is currently obstructed. So please keep a lookout for this. And if you are heading to the roads, buckle up and, of course, stay safe as we now head to the skies to see what's happening, the latest when it comes to weather. So reporting all things weather right now, and wildfires are still raging across Europe. Now, this is where a heat wave has claimed many lives and intensified drought conditions. Now, though temperatures have cooled in France and the UK, firefighters are still battling blazes in Greece, Spain and Italy. Now, the fires in France's badly affected southwest have diminished and are being brought under control. And as the heat wave moves northeast, low water levels are hampering transport on rivers in Germany. Now, weather experts are unanimous that heat waves have become more frequent, more intense, and last longer because of human-induced climate change. Now, temperatures will keep rising unless governments around the world make steep cuts to cut emissions. Now, they say this, and also it has been reported that more than 1,000 deaths have been linked to the extremely high temperatures in Portugal, and in Spain, the death toll has surpassed 500. Now, increased firefighters were of late battling a blaze on Mount Penteli, northeast of the capital of Athens. Well, from our wildfires, we head on over to your stunning sunrise images. Now, first up for 7 a.m., we had Emil Jones, who sent this beautiful shot from Berkeley out in Johannesburg, showcasing this deep tone of rosy magenta across the morning sky, highlighting the shadow of the trees. Somewhat of a painting indeed, like Van Gogh himself did it. Now, one of our regulars coming up now, Fatah Khan, sent us this shot, the dockyard out in Richards Bay. I mean, look how the sky is glittering across the river and just about to break through to make the day begin. Next up, we've got Unity Malau, who sent this one in, showing off the sun, how it brightens up the sky with autumn leaves falling off the trees. I mean, look at that artistic stuff indeed. But finally, we had this stunning shot of a car park out in Fontainebleau. Now, this one is out in Randburg from Felix Nesperts. And I mean, look at that bright, bright orange just glistening across the sky. Absolutely beautiful stuff indeed. Mzansi, stepping it up as always and bringing smiles to our dials. So please do continue to send your sunrise images to us. And you can use the number 063-408-8863 because you know how much we absolutely love seeing how you start your morning. For now, though, let's take a gander at the temperatures across the country once again, and looking at Polokwane to start us off. Your day starts at 9, moving up to 18 with some big chance of rain coming through. Mandela sees some rain expected as well, 14 up to 23. Pretoria sees the day starting at 9 up to 20. Less rain expected in your side of town, and much the same for Johannesburg. 8 being your low, up to a high of 17 degrees. Over in Mahikeng, the day starting at a chilly 7, but moving up to a moderate 21 degrees. Klerksdorp, very similar, 6 is your low, moving up to a high of 20 degrees. Kimberley has been chilly starts to your day, and it seems to be carrying on, 5 being your low, up to a moderate 21 degrees. And Bloemfontein, bringing the chill on, 0 degrees, moving up to a high of 21. Over in Richards Bay now and around the coast, your day starting at 15, moving up to a high of 25 degrees, a light potential chance of rain coming through. Pietermaritzburg, the rain does continue, 25% chance with a low of 7 and a high of 24. Durban sees the day starting at 16, moving up to a moderate 21 with rain expected. And Mthatha, less rain in your side of town, maybe a drizzle. 6 is your low, moving up to a high of 20 degrees. Now moving around to East London, and the coast will be welcoming as much rain as it can get, but not too much expected. 11 is your low, moving up to a high of 19 degrees. Craddock bringing the chill for the morning. 2 is your starting temperature, moving up to 19 degrees. Mabega sees the day starting at 8 up to 18, and George, a chilly start of 7, moving up to only 16 degrees Celsius. Let's move around the coast now to the the mother city, where the day starting in Cape Town is at 10 degrees, no rain expected, but moving up to only 17 for your high. Worcester these days starting at 5 up to 20. Sutherland bringing the chill at 2 degrees up to only 15. And Uppington starting the day at 7, moving up to a nice warm 25 degrees for the day. Sunny skies expected all the way around. And again, Mzansi, thank you for sending those incredible pictures in. We absolutely love seeing it, and don't stop bringing it through.
Oh, well, listen, we've still got 2 hours together, so don't go anywhere. We have Brandon Bartman on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're going to get to know him a little bit better and, of course, also hear from him. And then we have to put Graham and Raul head-to-head in a little bit of a 3-second game. In fact, we might give them 5 seconds. How's that? So it's going to be a 5-second game. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon Color Stay Matte Like Crayon. Wanna play?
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Time now to connect with our performer this morning. It's not just a band, it's a brand. The talented gents from the GKD band are known for delivering beautiful, melodious experiences on guitar, on drums, on keyboard, hence the name. And today we are privileged to have their lead singer and guitarist, Brandon Bartman, representing the band here on the couch and, of course, in our studio. But first, let's give you a little taste of his talents.
The way you look tonight, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let's go see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my...
Oh, let's just stay in that groove. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome for Brandon Bartman.
you so much. Thank you.
Buddy, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much.
Too smooth, my friend. Too smooth. That's what we need for our Thursday morning. Great to have you here.
Absolutely.
You're obviously here representing your phenomenal band, and I love the fact that you guys come from so many different angles with the genres that you delve into. It looks like you're having the most fun. But I love the collective energy of a band, how that collaborative energy takes over, and the whole is so much bigger than the sum of the parts.
Sure.
How did you guys connect? How did this band first form?
Before I go there, shout out to the Big B, and when I say Big B, I'm referring to Brandon Lee. We had a biker rally and Swallows Festival, biker festival.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's how we connected.
Oh, cool, man. I love that. So there is an emotional connection there as well, but there,
for sure.
I'm sure, has to be kind of a similar vision for what you want to achieve with your music. And you guys are quite eclectic in your musical tastes as well. So what is that vision? What is the tie that binds you guys together, do you think?
I believe we all have a voice, and preferably music is this thing that we all have in common as the team collectively. So we are working on an EP that we are about to release, our original content, hence the Christmas in July production that we are hosting. So it's all about having to get our sound out there as well, the message. Content especially.
I love that, and people will make that emotional connection. I think now more than ever, we appreciate you. We love artists who are helping us bring context to this crazy world that we're existing in, and it's amazing how one song can help a person get through something, understand something.
That's a true story.
It's also become this wonderful tool for development, and what I've loved seeing about the South African music industry is that we are using the opportunity to help others up. And you used to be a trio, but of course you've taken on a youngling as your pianist.
For sure.
Why do that? Why invest in a youngster and bring them into your creative space?
As you just mentioned, it's all about listening to the elements, what we can add to what we already have. And I mean, Dominico is just absolutely fantastic in what he does, and it just had some value to the crew, to the band GKD. And the reason for this is, like you mentioned, we pull each other up towards that common goal, you know.
And this is what the industry needs to do, not just because of COVID and the knock that we've all taken, but this is how we progress and we open those doors. I absolutely love that. And it means you've got another musical influence coming in there as well. So how do you guys go about choosing your body of work when you can literally perform anything from reggae to jazz to blues? Do you just go on what's great to sing and perform? How do you guys choose your playlist?
Again, the emotional content with things, right? It's that thing. So you look at your audience, for example, you would be at your marketplaces and those things. You look at your audience, all you see is diversity.
Yeah.
And you know, some love the reggae, some love the R&B, some love the soft rock. You know,
all got a memory,
For sure. So for you to picture yourself in that moment and place yourself there, and that is how you connect emotionally with that, and hence we have a pure blissful experience.
I love that, and it is an experience. I'm glad you used that word. You might see the guys from the GKD band at the Mojo Market, which is the perfect setting to take in their vibe. Where else can people connect with you and see you perform?
We will be performing at the Harbour Market. That's the 27th of July, and also at Hout Bay, Sea Point, Mojo Market, as I mentioned to you. And then we also have another gig in Ocean View on the 16th or 13th September.
Buddy, we're going to keep the people informed. At GKD is where you can find them online. Go and show them some love, take in some of their performances. But you don't have to wait at all, because we're going to bring you 3 performances right here. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You guys are in for a real treat. Stick around.
Oh, well, speaking of a treat, it's always great to see Graham take on Ryle and Ryle take on Graham, because it is our 5-second time. And today, the G-Man needs to come on here because the two gents are going head-to-head while I host. And the theme for today is social media, and you're playing to win, of course, a box of Oma rusks. Oma biscuit.
Dum dum dum.
Current milk.
Current milk.
Current milk, my friend.
This is not a game.
Are you ready? 5 seconds.
I know,
It's social media. What side of the digital age are you?
You know I'm on the wrong side of that digital divide, girl. You know where I sit.
Okay, Ching Chong Cha, who's going to go first?
Okay, let's go. Ching Chong Cha. Whoa! Ching Chong Cha. Yes!
Okay.
Am I going first?
You can choose.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'll take the honors.
Bold.
Yeah, I'll take the honors.
I like it.
I should
Okay.
get this, man. It's all
In
right.
5 seconds, Raul, name 3 social media platforms.
TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. We got this. We got this.
Are you ready? You also get 5 seconds. In
Okay.
fact, you guys will get 5 seconds
Seconds
every
for
time I ask a
everything,
question. Are you ready? Next question. Name 3 types of content you can post on Instagram.
Long videos, short videos, reels, stories.
There we go. Well
I'm just
done.
like a 15-second reel, a 30-second reel, a 60-second reel.
Story. Raul, name 3 signs you've been online too long.
Red eyes. I'm tired. I can't wake up in the morning because I've watched too much.
Sore neck.
I struggle to think of
sore necks
3
when you're
things in 5
online too
seconds.
long. We can give it to you, yes?
A valiant effort. A valiant effort. 5 seconds is getting quick. Oh.
It is, eh?
Okay, G-Man, this is a test.
Oh, gosh.
Name 3 famous hashtags.
Hashtag Omar Rusk's hashtag life's better with Omar. I don't know. Damn it.
What about the...
Oh, wait, hashtag to the left. Come on, I think that's trending today, in fact.
Anything goes. Anything can be a hashtag. Well done. I don't know how famous all of them are, but any hashtag's a hashtag. Raul, name 3 reasons why you'd unfollow someone.
They send me a nasty picture. They would rude to my people, or they just don't give me love online.
Oh.
That's why he would
Yeah.
unfollow
Cut
them.
you. I will cut you out my life.
Yeah.
Unfollow. Okay, Graham, name 3 ways to flirt on social media.
I've heard you can just like a picture now.
Yes.
You can send an inappropriate DM, or you can stalk. Hey?
No valiant
I don't know
effort.
if stalking is considered
All
flirting.
plausible in this day and age.
I don't mind a little stalking from time to time, I'm just saying.
Oh, each to their own. Okay. Ryle, this one might test you. Name 3 TikTok trends.
Oh, no. To the left? I don't know. I'm so bad on TikTok, actually. I'm going to just, like, concede.
And what about the
Oh, yes, but what is the name of that?
That's spelled A-A.
Okay, I failed. I will do better next time.
Okay. D-Man, this is right up your alley. Name 3 things old people like to post on Facebook.
Cats, kids, themselves saying silly things. I don't know.
And selfies from
Low angle selfies.
Low angle selfies. Okay, final round.
I love how you set that one up.
We're getting into trouble. No, it's how the questions are laid out. You chose
whatever.
to go second.
Whatever,
In
Zoe.
fact, you chose to go first. Okay, Raul, this is your final one.
Okay.
Name 3 responses to an unwanted DM.
No, don't send me that. You? I don't know.
Would you really say you?
I wouldn't, actually. I'll just feel it. I probably wouldn't. I
You was
failed.
quite nasty, though. If you got an you, that would
Do you know
knock
what I
you
got
out,
sent there? That was a DM that you know what it was.
I want to know now.
Yeah.
Okay, Graham, this is your final one.
Okay.
Name 3 emojis to explain how you feel about life right now.
Smiley face, little poo emoji, 'cause I have a 2-year-old, and sunshine.
Nice.
That is a mix. That is a mix.
I deal with a lot of poo because I've got a 2-year-old, but I'm happy with life. So it's a balance, you know?
Okay.
I like that
Well,
balance.
do you want to know who's the winner?
Yeah, that was a tight one, wasn't it?
It was kinda. Okay. G-Man, you're the winner.
Yes,
You're on the
come
right side of the
on.
digital
bruv. Well
divide.
done.
Yeah, I think I've now made that cross. Thank you so much. Karring melk.
Jy kan jou karringmelk beskuit kry.
Baie dankie. Ek waardeer dit
Hold up, that's your
baie.
trophy.
Take it easy. To the left, to the left.
Oh, there we go. Without social media, we wouldn't be able to connect with you. So make sure you grab your Omas, make that coffee, and send us a pic of how your mornings is going using that hashtag more than a rusk. That's one Graham should have used. We'd love to hear from you. Another hashtag is Throwback Thursday, TBT,
Oh, there
behind
you
the
go.
scenes, BTS. See, those are famous. Hashtags.
Of course. LOL. Is LOL a
LOL's a hashtag?
Hashtag LOL.
I don't know.
There's more in every dip with Omar.
We're on a mission to help people take charge of their space and inspire them to express their uniqueness through paint, furniture, and decor.
I want a space that's inviting. It's just basically made for you.
I'm open to experiment.
Because I love change.
I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Old meeting new.
Mzansi Room Rescue.
Rescue my room.
Please.
No, man, this is ridiculous.
No, this is just a total makeover.
That's Mzansi Room Rescue, Thursdays on Afternoon Express from 6 to 7, brought to you by Plascon and Rochester.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thanks for staying with your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso. Let's zone into some technology and innovation, because over the last few years, the global console gaming market has rapidly expanded. As consoles make their way into more households, they're also changing people's perceptions of their very own TVs. And now, South Africans are viewing their TVs as gaming devices, which is exciting. And they're witnessing firsthand how factors like high image and audio quality can combine to take their gaming experience to the next level. And game guru Grant Hines is here to chat to us all about the hype and all of the excitement around Samsung's range of QLED TVs, its overall gaming experience, as well as those unique qualities for South Africa's many gamers, because it is a huge community.
It is so exciting to finally get noticed by TV manufacturers, and Samsung have done some incredible things with the Samsung Neo QLED.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
So we've got the Neo QLED QN90B in studio. This is an incredible panel, and it's designed with gaming in mind. Obviously, you get all the fantastic features of Samsung smart TVs, but it's got a game mode. So all the new consoles that we've got out, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, all support very high frame rates. And traditional TVs don't support those high frame rates. But what they've done is they've made gaming a more integral part of the TV experience. So you pick up your Samsung remote control. I really like this one, by the way. It's got a solar panel on the back. You take the controller, you hold the play button down, and it will bring up a game bar at the bottom of your screen. Now, this is really important. If you have gamed on a PC, you understand that these features, these collaborative features, are really important when it comes to playing your games. So right now, you can tweak it so you want your input lag to be the fastest that it can be. That's if you're playing a first-person shooter. And in fact, that's actually what I've actually got over here. So game picture mode is on FPS. If I'm playing a real-time strategy game or an RTS, I'll change it to that. If I'm playing an RPG, maybe The Witcher, and I want it to look as rich and beautiful as possible, and I want to sacrifice performance, or like speed performance for graphical performance. That's what I would want to have. And then sports games. If you're into FIFA, you can actually have a sports game setting. So we're playing one of the most demanding games genres, first-person shooter. Well, a third-person shooter in this case, Fortnite. So I'm going to set it to FPS, which means first-person shooter.
How is this TV when it comes to its refresh rate?
It's incredible. So it will obviously support the 120 hertz that your consoles are outputting. So that's, if you've got a new next-gen game console, you're getting the best experience out of that console, which is... Thank you, Samsung. Thank you. A lot of people don't realize you buy a brand new console, but your TV does not facilitate what's powerful in it. You can see the frame rate at the bottom and the HDR on. Like you were saying, the blacks are black and the whites are white. There's more dynamic range in the colors, which looks really cool. And a variable refresh rate is off. So that's how it prevents screen tearing. So if it's overperforming for the monitor, the monitor's overperforming for the console, it just looks smooth.
I must say, I mean, the design of it is just so contemporary and so futuristic, but still also at the same time not too much, right? It's got an understatedness to it.
I think you're talking specifically about that stand. It's minimalist. But here we go. So here are the sound options inside the game bar. And it allows you can see to choose which output you want. If you want like an optical receiver, if you are a hardcore gamer with really nice optical audio, either a headset or a boom box at the bottom of your screen, you can select that, or even a Bluetooth speaker list, which is nice. So if you've got a couple of Bluetooth speakers around your lounge, you can switch them up. And then obviously you've got other extra game settings, so you can tweak your black equalizer, you can set up surround sound, you've got HDR tone mapping. It really does improve the entire performance of playing games.
So how does this particular TV, of course, yes, gaming is one thing, but how does it complete itself for a total viewing and TVing experience, if there was ever such a word?
Of course, it's a smart TV, and you can have all the access. It's smart and connected to that experience, which is great. So you get the best of the best, and also HDR. All these amazing features that they've included, like HDR and the high refresh rates, really do benefit TV viewing. So if you've got your TV on demand viewing, you get the best experience. So this is the thing. It's like driving a sports car, right? You can get around A to B very comfortably with most people that are in the household just watching just your on-demand services. But when you are playing games, you can put foot, which is what's important
really
to myself.
Stretch it.
Yes.
Stretch its capabilities, Okay, it's thin, it's stylish, it's beautiful. It's really just like a piece of tech and innovation that you want to have in your home. For me, I think the design of it really does stand out. But what for you specifically is the highlight stand out of this TV?
Look, it's all the gaming features put into that game bar. It creates... Firstly, for myself as a gamer, it shows them that they care. And it's about time that televisions start caring about what we use them for as gamers. You can see how crisp and sharp this image is. It does high resolution. The frame rate is super smooth. You're not going to be able to see this at home, and I highly recommend that if you can step into a Samsung store to see this for yourself, you're not going to, because your TV at home is probably 60 hertz, so you aren't getting to see how smooth this is, but have a look in studio about how smooth this is. The only way you're going to experience this is if you are in a, going to a store to see this for yourself.
And buying it, quite frankly.
I mean, if you can, you can buy me one.
This is really, really stunning. Grant, thank you so much. You've shared, I think, enough of the things that gamers want to know about a TV like this. Innovation like this certainly does excite, and I'm sure that a lot of our viewers and gamers especially are going to be checking out this brand new Neo QLED soon. Now, we're also very excited to announce that the new HDR10 Plus gaming standard will be adopted by Samsung's 2022 Neo QLED lineup. Exciting! With the Q70 TV series, you're going to love that, and above-end gaming monitors as well. It's beautiful, allowing users to really enjoy a game-changing experience through cutting-edge visuals. Yes, we're seeing so much of that coming through here, but you're also seeing richer, life-like imagery. You're going to get to experience that. But this morning, listen to this, okay? We are giving away more than just tech and gaming tips. Yeah, no, we're giving you more than that. We're giving you the chance to win a Samsung 43-inch Neo QLED TV. It's valued at $17,999. And all you have to do is name 2 unique features of the Samsung Neo QLED TV. And don't forget to use that hashtag Samsung Neo QLED to enter. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition will run until Monday. This one is certainly one for the gamers, but I think that it's certainly one for those who appreciate crisp, quality TV experiences.
I mean, look at this. Look at the edges.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Lifelike, I know. Ah, man. Okay, I'm going to enter the
Thank you so much, team. Time now to have a little bit of fun. Representing GKD Band this morning, we have the lead vocalist and guitarist, Brandon Bartman, and he is standing by with his first performance this morning, and it's a classic. It's a rendition of Michael Bublé's Christmas medley. Take it away.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Said I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. And may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. Well, I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and if you walk down the street, say hello to the friends you know and to everyone you meet. Oh ho, the mistletoe is hung where you can't see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Woo! Come on everybody. Hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Spa-doo-doo-doo-dee-ba-doo-doo-da-be-doo-da. Yeah!
Yes, sir! Oh, man, it is Christmas in July. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. I have a feeling that would have hit you right in the feels. If you love that, show him some love. In fact, we're going to continue the Christmas in July celebrations with Golden Cloud and Beacon. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, you know what it means. The man is in the building. Grant Hines here to deliver us with another round of something special, and it's time to play a game. Now, this morning, we're taking a look into an original interactive adventure video game titled As Dusk Falls. Now, it promises to provide a very unique experience on the interactive genre, and it explores the entangled lives of two families across 30 years, with the characters' lives dependent on the choices you make. So, Grant Hines is here to tell us more about what looks like something very, very enticing.
Do you remember Choose Your Own Adventures?
What, like the books you used to read? Yeah, like turn to page... Dude, is that something like this?
That is serious. This is the digital version of that.
Awesome.
So imagine you have a show like Breaking Bad, but you can do a Choose Your Own Adventure and play it.
Oh, no ways.
Yeah,
what a combination.
That's an interactive adventure story. So that's what's really exciting about it. So
essentially, like, off the bat already, you could play this game multiple times or multiple scenarios, which is something you would do in books, right? You check out, oh no, I died, let me go back and redo this. Or...
Did you ever do that? Like, were you, you know, people took their Choose Your Own Adventure books and they would like have little bookmarks. But I found out, you know what, I found out that the kids these days, their Choose Your Own Adventures have them with the book.
Oh, really?
Yes, you pull up a tab and it takes you back. That is cheating.
I didn't know. That's next level cheating. I would just like hold the page just in case and like, no, let me go make another decision. But talking about the game, man, this is something new for like the world of gaming in terms of the platforms and games that I've seen. It seems a little bit different to what you expect.
It's not new compared to everything, because we actually had this. The studio where a lot of the developers for this game come from is called Quantic Dream. They did some amazing, like, kind of choosing interactive storytelling, like Detroit, which was amazing. Yeah. And now they've like kind of making an indie game with that, which is really nice, because like, you want to see like a more interesting story being told. So the promise is that it's a little bit more like Breaking Bad or like Fargo or something. And I'm not too sure if it is for everybody like that. So you make these decisions and you've got a limited time to make these calls, and they all have these branching outcomes. And there are hundreds of different solutions that come out of it. And the way that they've done that is it's more painterly. So it's not treated like a proper animation as per se, like it is a proper form of animation, but it's more like storyboard trait, which I think looks really cool.
Right.
So we'll just load into what this looks like, and you can see for yourself. But the promise is definitely that it's like a more hardcore TV show that you can participate in, and you don't have to do it alone. You can have somebody play with you. So I haven't tried this out yet because this is something I found out yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? You can use your phone, and you can do the story with your friend that's sitting on the couch.
So together you're solving decisions.
Yeah, making quick decisions, playing different characters in the story, seeing what their outcomes are.
let's just do this.
Let's go straight into the action.
Let's go straight into the action so you can see what this looks like.
So is it somewhat of a mystery in a sense? Like, do you have to figure things out, or are you just kind of dealing with the situation as you go, making that decision and hoping that it's the best decision?
It's like a crime story that you're working out, but you're kind of intimately involved in these people's lives as they proceed. So, which is really interesting, and it's just something that you don't really get to experience when you play other video games. Other video games, it's like it's less story driven. It's more about mechanics. It's like, do I have I got the weapons? Am I doing this? I'm playing with my friends. This is more like, I'm going to put headphones on, or I'm going to get my spouse, and the two of you are going to get out the popcorn. And the story is 6 hours long in max. But you can go back and then relive different parts of that 6-hour story and see different outcomes, see if different characters survive. You don't really get to do that on a TV show. So I would say it's more like if television shows that you would watch, you watch in the evenings, and video games came together, and you can then participate. And then on Xbox Pass, it's absolutely free. So you can literally play this game for free right now, which is also something I found out recently. And or you can buy it if you want to. If you aren't on Xbox Pass and you just want to have it. But the fact that it is free right now, and you do enjoy watching TV shows, and that you want to be a part of those TV shows and potentially play with your spouse or a friend at the same time, is just such an exciting, different way to play video games. Maybe put FIFA down for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Change the pace a little bit.
Just change the pace a little bit. And try something else that's not that intimidating. You know, like, okay, I've got 5 seconds, haven't found my book yet, I will. You know, so
so you're constantly involved in the story as it emerges. You're finding out things as you go. It seems like something very different to a game. It's more of an experience, right?
It's an interactive story.
Oh, I love it.
But that's really the point of video games, right? They're interactive digital experiences. You want to be able to see where this goes. And this genre of game is really exciting. If you haven't tried it, and now you can. Just
beautiful. Grandad's coming through once again. This name is As Dusk Falls. It's an interactive experience. It's something that you're absolutely going to love. So find it right now, and if you're on Xbox, as you heard, obviously it is free on the Xbox Pass. So get involved, start changing things up. You can obviously get involved with a partner as well, but this looks like it's gonna be an absolute goodie.
Oh, Ryle, well, listen, if you are looking for a quick and easy dessert, this next recipe is perfect for you.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, if I had to ask you which is better, a brownie or a chocolate cookie, well, for me, it's impossible to decide. And with our Clover Bliss salted brownie crinkle cookies, you won't need to, because Michaela is here to show us how to whip up the batch of these indulgent treats, and it really is amazing. This is the perfect combination between a chocolate cookie and a chocolate brownie.
Chewy, but a cookie, you know, it's all good.
It is all good. It's all good, and that's what we want.
Yes. So we have to start with Jamie's favorite, a hand mixer. Oh my gosh, do I know how to work it?
Yes, you do.
Do I? I do.
Yes, you do.
You know, well, they all work kind of the same, except this one's a little bit slower. Oh, I figured it out.
There's different speeds.
Yeah. There's too many buttons happening, though.
But that's okay. So this is always a bit of a messy process, but once the sugar and the butter mixes, it becomes creamy.
Yes.
That's the texture you're looking for.
So you want to cream these together. Cool, cool, cool.
And your butter needs to be at room temperature.
100%. So leave it out overnight. You actually know that butter doesn't need to go in the fridge.
I don't keep mine in the fridge, but my parents who live in Durban, they prefer to keep it in the fridge.
Oh, yeah, because it would melt there. Okay, so we're doing 1/4 cup of our Clover Bliss.
Oh, and our Clover Bliss medium cream chocolate dairy dessert. It really is ready to eat chocolate dairy dessert that you can pour, you can sauce it on top of things as, you know, your sweet treats with any sweet treat that you're making. It really is delicious and it's indulgent at its best. And you've added it to our recipe.
Yes, so we've added some of it and we're just going to keep it open just in case you need a little bit more moisture at some point. Okay, then we have 1 full egg and 1 egg yolk. I'm going to add that in. Just give it a good old mix. We have a little bit of vanilla essence. And those are our basic wet ingredients. But let me just add a bit more.
Okay, so you're adding a little bit more. Of course, I don't think there is such a thing as too much of our clover bliss.
It's just going to allow the batter to be a little bit moister.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we want. We want that.
Yes. Then we have some flour, baking powder, some salt, just to add that contrast to the sweet, and some cocoa powder, and you just want to mix those all together.
And that's our batter.
Yes.
Now, how do you get it to become crinkle cookies? Is it when you make it and you put it in the oven, they kind of split open?
Yes, they form those crevices, but you just want to enhance that by adding some icing sugar to the outside.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Now, this is where you need to use your arm muscles.
Or you can just use a hand mixer.
Okay. Is that the best, quicker way to go about it?
Yes.
Should we add more liquids for you? Is that okay?
There is still quite a bit of liquid at the bottom, so I don't want to go... See, there we go. It's starting to bind a bit. You don't want it too moist because these are cookies.
We're not making a cake batter here.
Sorry to everyone for the mess that's going around me.
But isn't that the best part about baking cookies, is the mess that's allowed?
Cookies are so messy. Okay, there we go.
Cookies and cooking in general.
Well, it depends on how you cook, eh? Are you a a messy cooker?
Yeah, but I like to clean as I go, but there's a lot of cleaning involved.
Okay, and then you just want to roll it into a bowl, dip it in your icing sugar.
Oh, this is a nice texture.
It is.
The kids would love this. This is definitely a recipe you want to get the kids involved with. Oh, look at that.
And then you'll bake them in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how your oven works. And then they'll form those cute little crevices that make it a crinkle cookie.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
Mine's like the fat version.
Oh, no, yours is perfect. I just squished mine. I'm going to make mine the square version. But you can really make your cookies any way you want to. And if you want to get your, excuse me, your hands on this recipe, head on over to our website. That's expressoshow.com. Michaela, thank you for joining us. This is delicious. You know me, I have to try the batter. I will try the batter.
Oh, yes.
I'll definitely try this batter, but if you've missed any of the steps to this recipe, here is a quick recap for you.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Of course, a little bit earlier, we were going on about the fact that Christmas has come early. In fact, it is Christmas in July, and that's thanks to Golden Cloud and Beacon, the searchers on for South Africa's best baking duo. And why is this so important? Because there is a grand prize worth 50,000 rand up for grabs. But of course, we need those baking duos to show that kind of chemistry and, of course, beat out pretty stiff opposition to get there.
Yeah, indeed. Now, yesterday we had an opportunity, and I did this with Jamie. We were releasing some of those hamper winners and some of the guys that didn't actually make it, but the comments and what they were doing was absolutely incredible. Yeah, I saw you also got involved in this. You made some, like, green cupcake thing.
It was a Christmas tree, Raoul, okay.
Is that
but
what
the
it
fact
was?
that I had to explain to everyone who saw it, okay, it is a Christmas tree. I tried, man. It tasted delicious.
Okay, that's all that counts, though. That's all that counts. Look, today we are looking at some of those entries, though, that unfortunately didn't make it, but you still get to receive our Golden Cloud and Beacon hampers.
Oh, man, and the hampers are great, just like the comments that we received. So our first hamper today goes out to @Pranisha14 on Twitter, and she wrote this. She said, "My Scutty Alvera Lona are the best duo by incorporating two cultures and finding the perfect way to combine the flavour to make a delicious treat. We should bake together because our baking style is unique and fun, not forgetting delicious." We love it. You're getting a hamper.
I love it. You definitely deserve it. Now listen to this. Our second hamper winner is Ratagang Tight Eyes Penny Lover.
What?
Yes. How cool is that name? Yo. Now she wrote the following. She says, "My friend Ntombiso Ndwakenzi Nkuna, we love to bake and learning new baking recipes. Now that we can recreate, our home makes everything fun and we're doing it alongside your bestie, #GoldenBakers."
I'm sorry, your two handles together were just too long. We couldn't even fit it on air in one crawler. Sorry, man. Then the last entry that we are looking at and rewarding today is from Get Epigram. Get a Gram. I'm hoping.
Get Epigram?
Get Epigram.
I think it's Get Epigram.
Oh, I hope so. And Get Epigram. And on Twitter, she wrote this. "My bestie and I made a chocolate mint cake with this delicious cake mix. We snacked on watermelon, waiting for it to be finished baking. Nice as a healthy twist. Can't wait to try other flavors." Well, I certainly hope you do and are inspired, and you'll be able to do that because you've got a hamper coming your way.
I know, and I'm just thinking about that, like watermelon. That sounds absolutely delicious. Some of the creations that I've seen from this duo baking,
inspired.
Some of these insights have been incredible. I mean, I'm just thinking of those crazy concoctions and thinking to myself, you did actually make a Christmas tree. Now that I think about it, that was brilliant. G.
And it was like me and Mikey did it. Okay, I did rope in my friend. He didn't look like a friend, but I promise you, we are mates. But of course, the real fun starts next week as we bring in the 5 duos who have made it through a grueling selection process to compete in 3 rounds, building up to that grand finale, and of course, the opportunity to walk away. Wow, dude.
How much is that? How good is that?
Oh, man, that's a lot of cupcakes. So all the best of luck to all of our entrants as they prepare. And, of course, using our Golden Cloud and Beacon, these results are going to be unforgettable.
Good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, it's now 8 o'clock. Let's take a final look at your morning headlines. Starting with national news, Western Cape learners will receive extra time to catch up on the hours of maths and reading they lost during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Western Cape Education Department has announced that in this, the second half of the school year, learners in grade 1 to 3 will be given extra time for the 2 subjects every week. Educational MEC David Mania says these were the grades that were most severely affected by the pandemic, and everything possible had to be done to ensure that they were not disadvantaged in later grades. And staying with local news, KwaZulu-Natal police have arrested 4 suspects in connection with a shooting at a tavern in Sweetwaters outside Pietermaritzburg earlier this month. 4 people died in the attack and 8 were wounded. The incident happened the same weekend as several other similar attacks, including an attack in Orlando, Soweto, in which 16 people died. 2 of the suspects were also caught with an illegal firearm and ammunition. They appeared in Pietermaritzburg Magistrates Court yesterday and were remanded to 28 July. Moving to news beyond our own borders, police in Malawi's capital, Lilongwe, have been fighting running battles with protesters who are calling for the removal of President Lazarus Chakwera. Now, the protesters want a fresh presidential election to be held. They accuse the president of not dealing with the high cost of living. A high court is reported to have issued an order banning the protests, which have organized by human rights campaigners. Chakwera, a preacher turned politician won power in 2020, promising to clear the rubble of corruption. And staying with news abroad, Rishi Sunak will face Liz Truss in the race to the next British Prime Minister after Penny Mordaunt was eliminated in the latest Tory leadership ballot. Now, Truss overturned Mordaunt's narrow lead in the final vote among Tory MPs, securing a place in the runoff by 113 votes to 105. She will now go head-to-head with Sunak, who topped the final ballot with 137 votes. The winner will be decided by a vote by the Conservative Party members. And next, an item undoubtedly of interest to many of our viewers. It concerns the fertility show Africa 2022, which this year will be free for attendees, both online at the live and in-person event at the Focus Rooms in Sandton, Johannesburg, this Saturday and Sunday. So if you're seeking answers, treatments, and in need of expert advice, the fertility show offers you the opportunity to consult confidentially with a wide range of experts free of charge. You can pose questions to leading professionals in fertility who have struggled with similar issues. Mindful that many of those suffering from infertility prefer a certain level of privacy, the fertility show will host an online event running alongside the physical show. This will also enable visitors from all parts of South Africa, the African continent, and the rest of the world to attend. For more details, go to www.fertilityshowafrica.com. Obtain your complimentary ticket via Quicket today. Now, that is a wrap of your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much. So let's start with our top continental honours in football. CAF have now trimmed the final list of nominees for the CAF Awards later tonight. So Egypt and Liverpool star Mohamed Salah will be up against stiff opposition in the form of Sadio Mane and keeper Edward Mendy for the Men's Player of the Year award. What a field. Then likewise on the women's side, Zambia's Grace Chanda will compete with four-time winner Asisata Ashwala of Nigeria and Cameroonian Ajara Nchut Njoya in the women's category. Then Andile Dlamini, Bambanani Mbani and Desiree Ellis, all among the SA representatives, sending them nothing but the best of luck. And staying with our national pride, we move to netball, and the Proteas netball team will undoubtedly take a lot of confidence into the Commonwealth Games, having claimed a comfortable 2-0 series win against Wales. South Africa won the first match 61-44, then followed it up with an equally convincing 57-47 win in that second test. South Africa now stretched their unbeaten run against Wales to 18 matches as a result, and they'll now travel to the Athletes' Village tomorrow ahead of the Games. They, of course, kickstart at the end of the month. Then finally, more drama associated to the Live Golf Series and all the money that's tied in. So Henrik Stenson has now joined the Live Golf Series following his removal as Europe's Ryder Cup captain. So the Swede was sacked by Ryder Cup Europe yesterday morning, then later put out a statement confirming that he was joining the very well-paying, controversial Saudi-backed breakaway event. The 46-year-old was appointed as captain in March. Then finally, we move on to the next big Grand Slam and who could or possibly could not be there. So Serena Williams has been included on the entry list for the US Open, as was Novak Djokovic, even though his refusal to be vaccinated will bar him from entering the country. So Williams, who won her first of her 6 New York titles back in 1999, incredible, she remains so frustratingly close, 1 Grand Slam short of Margaret Court's record of 24. Then Djokovic, on the other hand, the 3-time winner, will, however, be unable to enter the United States after very publicly refusing to be vaccinated against COVID-19. So we'll watch that space, but that is where we leave our sport for this Thursday morning. Let's take one last look at the roads.
Thank you so much, Gia. Of course, it's time to take a look at the traffic and head to the roads right now and possibly keep you safe and out of harm. Now, starting off with our report in Gauteng, Midrand, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 northbound before William Nicol Drive. Now, the right lane is closed and delays can be expected from Malibongwe Drive. Now, if you are out in the Western Cape Observatory, there's a stationary vehicle on the N2 inbound as you approach Hospital Bend. Now, all lanes are open and no delays are expected. Now, sticking taking to the roads, reporting from Gauteng now in Germiston on the N3 northbound. There is a stationary vehicle after the Germiston interchange obstructing the centre lane. So please keep a lookout for this and allow for extra travel time. Well, of course, when you are on the roads this morning, please also adhere to the rules and make sure you buckle up and stay safe. From the roads, though, we head to the skies and let's find out what's happening with the weather. All right, reporting one last time on our weather report this morning. Now, concerns with regards to the crisis in Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, more specifically, that the city's business chamber has bestowed a special recognition on Gift of the Givers founder, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. Now, this for their humanitarian efforts in supporting communities impacted by the water crisis. Now, the award was to mark Mandela Day. Now, speaking during the event, Chamber CEO Denise van Heestien said the chamber was deeply grateful to Suleiman and his team, Gift of the Givers. Now, this for their selfless and rapid action in supporting the people of the metro during the water crisis. Now, Van Heestien also said she hoped the acknowledgement would serve as a visible and long-standing recognition of what Suleiman, as founder and head of Gift of the Givers, had done in supporting the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Well, moving on from weather news, we head over to our final update this morning, and we had those sunrise images sent by you, which we cannot wait to share. Now, first up is Desiree van Vuren, who sent us this dusty pink overcast sky all the way from Pietermaritzburg. I love the formation of the clouds, and I love how those colors are just changing in the sky. Now, next up, we've got Tertia de Blanche, who sent us the stunning shot, Hartenbos Beach, this morning, just as the sun has risen above the mountains, and of course the horizon looking like pure magic indeed. Absolutely love it, all the way across the ocean there. Now, next up, we've got Nancy Govender, who sent us a masterpiece of a shot all the way from Pennington. Now, this morning it is from KZN. I mean, look at that artistic silhouetted shot of that branch just in the distance as it overlooks that beautiful sunrise. Next up, we've got Fozia Tobias out in GQ Becha. Now, look at how the sun is playing peekaboo between the clouds. I mean, what a beautiful scene indeed. I'm telling you, Mzansi, you people are artists. You guys are absolutely setting the bar when it comes to sending these pictures in. You definitely can get a career in photography if this is what you're sending in. So, yeah, don't sleep on the bag. But don't forget also to share your sunrise images with us. And that's on our WhatsApp line that you can come through on 063-408-8863, because you know how much we love seeing how you wake up wherever you are in the country, because it absolutely inspires. For now, though, official duties are on the way, and it's one last chance to take a look at the temperatures starting in Polokwane. The day starting at 9 up to 18 with 80% chance of rain. Mbombela sees the day starting at 14 up to 23 with 61% chance of rain. The rain seems to be a little bit at bay when it comes to Pretoria, though. 9 up to 20 in Johannesburg. 8 is your low up to a maximum of 17 degrees. Out in Mahikeng now, the day starting at a low of 7 up to 21. Potential drizzle in your part of town. Klerksdorp sees the day starting at 6 up to a high of 20. Kimberley, a chilly 5 degrees to start the day, moving up to 21, but Bloemfontein taking the cake. 0 degrees to start the day, but moving up to a warmer 21 degrees. Let's move around the coast now, head over to Richards Bay. The day starts at a 15-degree low, up to 25 maximum. In Pietermaritzburg, the day starting at 7, but moves up to a nice warm 24 degrees. Rain is expected on your side of town, and much the same for Durban with the rain. 16 is your low, moving up to a high of 21 degrees. Mthatha sees a low of 6 up to 20 degrees with a little bit less rainfall on that side of the world. Around the coast, though, and moving to East London, 11 is your low, up to a high of 19 degrees Celsius. Cradock sees a chilly start of only 2 degrees, but warms up to 19. Berga sees a start of 8 degrees, a little bit warmer, but only moving up to 18 degrees to finish it off. And out in George, the day starting at 7 degrees Celsius. No rain expected, but you've got a maximum of 16 degrees with some sunny skies around. Out in the mother city now in Cape Town, the day starting at 10 degrees all the way up to 17 for your max. Worcester sees a chillier start of 5 degrees up to 20 Celsius. Sutherland, the chill comes back at 2 degrees and only up to 15 for the day. But Uppington, it looks like a sunny day on your side of town. 7 degrees is your low, moving up to a high of 25 degrees. For one last time, let me say thank you, Mzansi, so much for sending those incredible pictures in. I cannot wait to see what you send through tomorrow.
Well, listen, we've still got 50 minutes together, so don't go anywhere. Still to come, we have to reveal who else is part of the Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars edition. You must
Please explain what I'm doing. I'm doing this robot dance for nothing. Everyone's like, what's he doing?
Well, there's a TikTok challenge, I believe.
Oh, thank goodness. That's why I'm not doing this meaninglessly.
Okay, well, listen, we'll unpack it Error.
Is that cool? I don't know what's cool these days.
I don't know.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Welcome back, because it's now time for us to reveal more Tropica fans heading to paradise. Now, we saw thousands auditioned to be part of Tropica Island of Treasure. Fans submitted auditions online, on social media. They came in through personally to the Tropica booth to audition. And this week, we have been announcing the fans that made it. Now, we have already announced 9 out of the 18 fans that will compete alongside the All-Stars, and today we will be announcing 3 more Tropica fans. First up, let me introduce you to Janice Bayer, 28, from Gqeberha. Now, Janice, affectionately known as Jay, is a powerhouse and a force to be reckoned with. Just with Tropica Island of Treasure, All-Stars is looking for, and she's a personal trainer, a fitness trainer. Jay is resilient, never backs down from a challenge, and will stop at nothing to motivate those around her to be the very best versions of themselves. She can't wait to go to the island and meet the cast and crew, and we're very excited to have her part of the team. And next, joining the fans is Ruan Skipper, 27, from Krugersdorp. Now, Ruan is a commercial model and brand ambassador. He is currently the reigning Mr. Global South Africa, representing South Africa on the international stages. He's not all looks, though, as he spends his days working in medical research. He is very excited to be joining the cast of Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars. And I promised you 3, so here is our third and final one for today. It is Terrell Ogle, 28 years old, from Port Shepstone. Now, Terrell is a fierce feminist known for her vocal prowess in a local singing competition. Terrell has a keen passion for radio as well as television, and she's an extrovert, third-year law student, and an e-commerce entrepreneur. Absolutely incredible. Well, welcome, Janice, Ruan, and Terrell. We can't wait to see you on Tropica Island of Treasure, coming soon in September on S3. And stay tuned tomorrow for more reveals of the 18 competing on Tropica Island of Treasure. And make sure to follow them on social media at MyTropica for smooth inside scoops of the fans.
Oh, incredible entries coming through right there, and I cannot wait to see that show. But of course, we're still on the show, and we're out in the kitchen right now, so we're about to do something special, and that's time to get a little cake on. We've been talking so much about quitting. We've been talking about curbing, obviously, some of the addictions, and we've still got entertainment, but we haven't really touched on our celebration when it comes to celebrating with a nice, sweet treat, right? So we've got something just for you. Our Clover Sip Up Choc Chip Caramel Sheet Cake. It's leveled up, and it's the perfect pairing playing with any of your favorite sip-up flavors. And here to show us how is Michaela Tsuman in the building. Jen, you got the power tools out. You're all the way from your beautiful trip abroad, I see, which has, I hope, invigorated you. We got some new hair, so we are ready for this, right?
You didn't see me last week, eh? No.
I didn't know. Clearly. I'm only catching up now.
Yeah. It's a bit delayed, Ryle.
It's fine. It still
Kidding.
counts. It still counts. Because I did miss you, and I'm glad to have you back in the kitchen.
I'm glad to be back.
And your energy is perfect for this recipe. So what are we doing?
So I'm creaming together the butter and the sugar so far.
All right.
Because this takes the longest. So we go for gold. And you literally just have to stand there.
Stand and watch the magic unfold right now.
Okay, so like we did with our biscuits, we have our sugar and butter going.
Yeah, baking essentials.
Yes. Add all the wet ingredients together.
So that was vanilla essence.
Vanilla essence.
Yeah.
We have some eggs here, 3.
Okay, that's
and just combine them together.
And that's going to help like bind it, I would imagine, right?
Yes, and give some of the rise. Okay. That. Let's just...
Pretty good with this thing, eh?
Please open this for me.
At your service, Tom.
If you couldn't open it, that would be embarrassing.
I would have said it was broken, rather. I wouldn't even have admitted it.
This is our choc chip flavor, and you want to add a full one.
Okay, nice. Getting it.
There we go.
And while you're doing that, let me talk about this viewing ingredient because sip it up. Incredible now. You're looking for something like a drink to keep you going throughout the day. You can simply grab any flavor of your favorite sip up. I mean, there are so many to choose from, and on top of that, you can use it and get creative by getting it involved in a recipe like this. So you can head over to expresso.com. You want to find out more about this recipe. But right now, Michaela is putting it all together in record time as well. So if you're in a rush, you forgot to prepare something for someone's birthday, then maybe you can just pop some candles into this one, and voila, we've got a birthday cake right
Perfect. And you could bake it in layers, like two baking.
We can stack and stack.
You can make this fancy, guys.
Okay, maybe even you could even make a wedding cake with this. You get like 10 rows involved.
Wow, imagine. Okay, so
how are we doing on that mixture there?
We have our flour,
coming through,
baking powder, and some bicarb, and you just want to keep folding that through.
I missed that. You added bicarb and baking powder.
Baking powder.
Baking powder.
And flour.
And flour. Okay, I got you. I got you.
We have a mixture. There we go. Then you want to add some chopped up chocolate for the choc chip part.
We already have some choc chip in our flavor. Now we're adding real choc chip to this.
100%.
So it is on with the choc chip.
Okay. And...
Is this shoulder getting sore there, by the way? You're like proper involved, Jay. It's like a little workout.
Yeah,
Learning
it's
this
my
one.
old lady shoulder.
You know, a little case of old lady shoulder.
Yeah. Okay, then, seeing as the bowl's heavy, you get to scoop that in for us.
Okay. Oh. Look at that looks. All right, thank you so much for that. Popping more in there, right?
Yes, all of it.
All the way to the top?
100%.
How much would this actually like rise once it goes in here? Are you looking
Probably
like
to the
double
top of the
height?
pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not that crazy. Whew. And I must just say, I know Zoe would probably love this because she's like a raw
leave a little
dough.
bit of...
Yeah, always. She's like a raw dough aficionado. But I'm telling you, just the sense and the smell that I'm getting alone from this, it is so good.
Okay, and you just want to spread that out a little bit more.
Okay, we're not going for the rustic look, yeah.
I mean, it's going to end up spreading out anyway, so let's just leave it like that. Then we have some caramel. You can use the tinned kind.
Okay.
And just add some dollops in there.
Beautiful.
Like so. Then I'd just use the back of the spoon. And you just want to make swirly whirlies with the caramel.
Like a little texture sensation.
Wee!
Is this kitchen advice? Is this like a tip for the day? Use the back of a spoon?
Use the back of a spoon. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Super professional.
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way. And when you're in the kitchen, it doesn't matter. We're always going to make this food look good and taste good.
Nice. There we go.
I like that. A nice artistic effect to that. Completely combined. Voila. Is that it?
Yeah.
Simple as that, right?
And then when it's done, you just top it off with more caramel.
Well, as promised, I know we're always looking out for our teammates. Zoe, I would love to call you in. Yeah, I've got a special gift for you.
Oh.
You get the whole bowl this time.
I get the whole bowl.
A little bit of remnants of caramel in there, but it's a beautiful bowl of sheet cake.
I like to think I'm quite good at being able to determine whether a batch would be good based on the raw dough.
That's actually quite a skill.
We say that every time, but it is true.
You could preempt the final result just based on the raw dough. What do you think?
This is good. I'm getting that caramel feel coming through. Good. This is
It's a winner. Okay, so it proves. So we didn't even have to bake this. Just on Zoe's verdict alone, her fact and her results on raw dough means that this is going to be an absolute banger. So you can head over to expressoshow.com to get this recipe inspiration. The final product looks absolutely delicious, almost as delicious as the raw dough does for Zoe right now. And if you want to entertain, if you want to make a quick sheet cake, then this is definitely something that is going to impress. Well done. I love that.
Well done to you.
Nice job. Enjoying that? There's a whole bowl waiting for you.
Oh.
I'll go. But one of you said, oh, he's back. Oh. Move way.
Clover fresh milk.
Made with love by Clover.
Add a little sunshine. Everflu C Immune Booster Plus, now with vitamin D. Brought to you by Pharma Dynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, well, you know, it's Thursday. You probably thought we might have forgotten, but no, we didn't, because on Thursdays on Expresso, it's all about tech and TikTok. It's TikTok Thursday. Now, today we are merging those worlds and taking a look at what is called the Roboto Challenge, which is a trend that is slowly taking Mzansi by storm. I tried.
You nailed it.
I tried.
You nailed it.
We're like a computer shutting down. I was like, what is
So clearly we get to find out now what is happening in the world of TikTok. So first up, to try out the challenge, we've got South African actress, TV presenter, dancer and choreographer Bontle Modisele, who also could be adding half human, half roboto to the list of accolades. Well, let's take a look at this and find out what you think.
Wow.
How is that a trend? Because how are we all supposed to do that?
I think the trend is to take the bones out your body. That's clearly the only way you can do this. How crazy was that?
That's incredible.
All right, so next up is Duba Natando. You might recognize her as a contestant on Tropica Island of Treasure.
Yeah.
Her take on this was that the dance might look easy, but it's way harder than it looks.
I don't know how much robot was involved in that, but I absolutely appreciate the energy and the gears in that one. I can
do that one.
Yeah, I think I can do that one as well.
Let's take a look at another one. So actress Zola Nombona, who plays Pamela on SABC1's Generations, took to TikTok to get her roboto on, and this was her rendition of the viral challenge.
I'm actually thinking it's a lot harder than it actually seems, because you've got to get that position nailed down, and instead of dancing,
like glide backwards like the. I can't. Like, I mean, how?
It's impressive. It definitely is impressive. I mean, look, everybody loves this dance, and everybody also loves Chad Jones. Now, he's from TikTok. He's famous. He's SABC1's dance Yo Dumo, and he and his bestie Zadia, or Nadia Jafta as well, and Xavier Haupt couldn't let a challenge pass by them. So they showed the TikTok world how it's done. Let's see.
I see what they did there, Nadia. They gave them a couple
Didn't realize
names.
that. Yeah, it's like it's Zadia. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Well, listen, we've got one more from Angelo, and big flexer Costa Titch jumped on this challenge with a TikToker commenting that Costa is a literal robot. Let's take a look.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Oh, that was dope.
How
That was
is Costa's
cool.
head stuck in a colloidal solution? And like, so it's independent from his body.
That is impressive. I think the first video from Boyten and this one definitely set the bar when it comes to this challenge. I think we need to go practice, and you do too, Mzansi. Now, whether you're human or robot, we want to see what you're getting up to on TikTok. So tag us in your version of the Roboto challenge, or simply show us what you're getting up to on our Expresso show. And until next week, let's hope that we can see some more of your dances. You want to try it, Grant?
I think you should try it. You look like a good robot.
Yeah, with the music.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Nailed it.
Pass the test.
Zoe's like stuck in rubber mode. I think you're actually a better dancer than you think.
I think this
might be your
has
thing.
malfunctioned.
Oh, I love it. Mzansi, send through your videos. We'd love to see how you attempt this challenge. And of course, let us know who you think out of the lot here has got our robot down right now. I think Zoe's in the lead, to be honest.
I think Grant's taking the lead here.
Possibly. I don't know. You let us know.
Got that Lego yellow hair.
Oh, all right. Well, look, we are back on stage once again. It's the Expresso stage, and the GKD's frontman, Brandon Bartman, is standing by once again in his dazzling suit to give us the rendition of the Christmas song by Michael Bublé. Brandon, take it away, brother.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa is on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really knows how to fly. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. I know it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas to you. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. I know it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to Merry Christmas.
Mr. Badman in the building. Where you going, my man? Come back to the stage here. How can you just walk away after that? I got to just be honest with you. I want to thank you for bringing chills to me after that performance, literally making me feel like I'm in Christmas in July right here on the show. And that's thanks to you. So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. This man's going to be performing one more time, sending us home and giving us those Christmas feels once again. And you are going to be entertained. We'll see you soon.
take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso, and we're about to talk all things fashion. And Michael Kors said it best. To quote him, Michael Kors, I've always thought of accessories as the exclamation point of a woman's outfit. And yes, I agree with that. And there really is nothing quite like a statement handbag, a bold necklace to really elevate an outfit. Well, we have our beauty and fashion editor, Knox Mafu. She is here to take us through the latest accessories. Yes. Knox, accessories is one of those things, it can make or break your outfit.
100%.
But how can we use accessories to really zhuzh up our outfit?
I think it really is about figuring out what the statement outfit will be. So the thing is about accessories, it really is, like Michael Kors said, the exclamation mark or the punctuation to any kind of outfit that you have. So it's about considering the patterns that you might have, the pops of color that you want to look into, and also what you're going to focus on. So if you have a simple outfit, how do you incorporate statement jewelry? How do you incorporate other accents of textures? So it's about figuring out what the base of your outfit is, and then looking at ways that you can kind of bring out that color, bring out that fun, because fundamentally, fashion is supposed to be fun, and that's the joy of accessories. It really gives it that extra layer of cool.
And I think it depends on each person's personality. For example, I like clashing colors, so I like to maybe add a green bag to the outfit I'm wearing now. Whereas my mom likes to be matchy-matchy, and she would add a red bag to this outfit I'm wearing right now. But I'm seeing a bunch of accessories in front of me. Talk me through some of your favorite pieces.
So I'm someone, for instance, who loves a pattern, who loves the clash of colors, also in the same way. So I'm really already intrigued by the scarves. I think that if I was wearing something very simple like a shirt, whether I put it on my head, I put it on my ponytail, or like around my neck, there's so much versatility with these scarves. So I'm really enjoying them. They come in a range of patterns and really soft to the touch. Then we've got bold statement jewelry, which is really iconic at the moment. I think gold and silver and kind of like chunky things have been really popular at this moment. And then, of course, the handbags.
The handbags.
The handbags.
And I was actually thinking these scarves go really cute along the handbag as well.
Exactly. So you really get more versatility for your items, and really, it like really is a nice, depending on where you're going, you might accessorize a little differently. But
I love that we are breaking away from those giant handbags. I think it was Victoria Beckham that made them popular, where it literally looked like a house, like handbags this big.
Like,
I love that we're going back to the smaller, dainty ones, because I have friends that now decide, oh, they're not going to take a handbag. Zoe's got the big bag. Let's just put everything in her bag.
Oh, you're that
carrying
friend. Oh, you can't take that on. If you buy these bags, you will not be that person. And I just love the variety of them, from like these kind of more like drawstring bags, and then you kind of get your classic shapes. I really love that, depending on also your outfit and kind of what you want to focus on, these bags really become functional, which is important, but also a pop of color and really a great accessory to an outfit.
Oh, I love it. I'm also seeing that hat up there, which is part of my favorite accessories. Come winter or summer, I'm a hat girl.
I know, and you look amazing in them.
Thank you. Now, Knox, you always bring us the best fashion tips, and last week it was all about the classic chino. We were wearing them on the show, and we were looking at ways to style that classic chino. How can we now accessorize our chino to take it to that next level?
So we know the base of the chino, it's the classic outfit, so we know that it's a great base to have. So if we want to give it a little bit of pop of color, we've got a model that'll show you exactly how you can do that. So we've got the chino as the base of the outfit with the classic white shirt, but now we've added this red handbag, and I love the way that we've put it over the shoulder, so it's a bit more playful. So the base of the outfit is a lot more serious or formal, if you will, and then you add that pop of color across her body, and then, of course, the bold statement jewelry, which is absolutely favorite.
She's wearing the gold chunky jewelry that you referenced earlier, and I mean, this is a beautiful classic khaki chino color with a crisp white shirt. I feel like these are staples everyone should have in their home.
And they will. And so the ease of it is that you can really change your outfit depending on where you want to go. And I really love the pop of color. Again, we've taken something classic, given it a bit of play. She could have matched it with some red lipstick if she wanted to, but also the focus, then we've chosen a focal point being the neck with that beautiful gold, necklace. But I love the fact that we could interchange it with any of these items. And the outfit would really still look as amazing. So really show a bit of your personality and how you use accessories. And I think this is really great for Yamgela.
Oh, I I love it. I love everything you've brought along. This is incredible. You now just make me want to go buy handbags in every single color. But I'm going to relax because remember, we still have that Chino challenge that's currently still ongoing. And it's time to announce last week's winner. Now, please, can we get a drum roll? Congratulations to Unati Msutu from the Eastern Cape. There we go. You have won yourself a Woolworths voucher to the value of 1,500 Rand. Unati shared this photo of her in her black chinos styled with an orange shirt paired with white sneakers. It's on your screen right now. The sneakers are cut off, but I love chinos with sneakers. How amazing.
It gives that laid-back look, and that is so popular at the moment, to kind of have that like androgynous, like very chilled laid-back look, and she's given it such a flair, which is really nice.
See, that's why she's our Chino Challenge winner for the week. Congratulations. And listen up, there is still time for us to announce one more lucky winner of that 1,500 Rand Woolies voucher, but you need to join our Chino Challenge. So simply reply to the competition post that is on Expresso's social media pages with a picture that shows how you style your chinos. Remember to include that hashtag Woolies Chinos, and the competition closes on Sunday the 24th of July, so you still have a few more days to enter, and it closes at midnight. Those T's and C's, they can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Yes, welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to the party, because we're going to get a tarty up in here. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry, that was just a little pun. If you figured it out by now. Yes, we are making a tart, and possibly one of the best tarts that you can ever have today, right? I'm here with my best pal, my buddy, my friend, Clementine in the building.
We
doing
are
something
here.
special?
Oh, it's chocolate. A double dose of chocolate. So you have not had your morning dose of chocolate, I'm going to stop right there. because. But Woolies is coming through with the double chocolate deal. Any two Lindt or selected Woolies chocolates, get any two to get 30% off.
Oh, okay.
And for me, every time that happens, I just stock up on chocolate because, number one, I've got to like develop these recipes for the show.
Yeah.
And number two, I like chocolate. So that's the thing.
You must hate your job, eh?
It's difficult. But someone has to do it. South Africa, I do this for you.
I'm glad you do this for us, Clem. Thank you so much. Your valiant efforts.
I'm not asking for a badge. I'm not asking for a trophy. But I'll take it. Okay, so here's the thing. Chocolate is really beautiful, and when I do make chocolate recipes, I try not to mess with it because it's kind of like perfect already.
Yeah.
So my recipes for chocolate are always simple. And one of the ways I like showcasing chocolate in a tart or as an icing or even as a snack is a ganache.
Ooh.
A ganache, if you're feeling fancy. So, super simple. I got some mild 70% chocolate by Lindt. Now, people think that dark chocolate is always going to be bitter. No, it's not. It's about the intensity of the quantity of the cocoa that's inside there. It's not always going to be bitter, but it's definitely not going to be sweet like your normal milk chocolate, but you get so much more flavor, so much more aroma. Yes. You really like experience and feel chocolate when you go a little higher in the percentages. So I got a 70% dark chocolate.
I like the balance of the 70%. There's
Right?
someone for me that's like chasing health and a healthier alternative. Let's not get too caught up in that. But the taste of the 70%, like you said, is still so good. It still has that, it's not too overwhelming in that chocolate sort of effect.
Yeah.
It's such a good balance. I really love it.
It really, really is. And again, back on that health vibe, if you're craving something sweet, and I'm on that vibe right now, when I crave chocolate, I go to 70%. It just satisfies your palate so much.
It does indeed, and especially in winter when you're just craving that little sweet tooth, that little winter warmer. Chocolate
This is the one.
does it, yeah.
Do you want to do the honors in
yes,
crushing
please.
this?
Oh,
so there's
yes, please.
what I
How do I
like
do that?
doing is just kind of breaking up in the actual foil because then everything stays together.
Am I going to get like a big sledgehammer and just...
No, we got to. You see, chocolate. These are saying chocolate melts in the hand of a child, not on the stove. And chocolate is just so delicate that it also just snaps. You don't want to go slick. You want to just be.
It's like poetry.
It's like chocolate is poetry.
Chocolate is
and
poetry.
Have you noticed there's no recipes for leftover chocolate? in the
There's
world.
no such thing as leftover chocolate.
There's no such thing. Okay, so we're talking nonsense, but we're getting to the business.
All right,
so you can give it like a gentle tap.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I do this because it keeps everything inside that foil pack.
Yeah.
Then I've got some cream. And like I said again, chocolate melts in the hand of a child. Don't boil your cream to the point where it's like bubbling. It just needs, like, I'd say about just 40, even 50 degrees. That's all you need to start melting chocolate.
All right.
To help your chocolate melt a little faster, break it up first, okay?
Yeah.
Get your cream and then pour it over. You can totally do this on the stovetop where you do like a double boiler, but this for me is perfectly fine. The cream is enough just to like melt all that chocolate. And I love how it starts off and it's always like speckled.
Yeah.
You're like, how is this going to turn into a smooth velvety
Yeah, like
sauce?
it just looks like it's not going to vibe at all together.
It will. And the thing, like just in life, time. Give it time. Let it get to know each other. The cream needs to get to know the chocolate. The chocolate relaxes, takes it easy. That's when you come in and give it a stir.
Like that. And that's when they can start dancing together. And
Guys, I don't know what's going on this week, eh?
Chocolate's bringing out
We're on a different vibe this week.
Bars.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right, yeah.
So we can actually use it for like an extra little decoration. You did an amazing job. I'm going to ask you to make the base of this tart.
Okay.
Again, super simple. This is going to be our filling, which is the cream and the chocolate for a ganache.
And that's actually the hard part because you've got to pretend that that's not the end result and stop yourself from drinking that right now.
And you can't.
Because, I mean, look how good that really looks.
Also, the Spanish are so amazing at also the way that they just approach chocolate. They take cream and they put chocolate in it, and that's their hot chocolate. That's their hot chocolate.
That sounds so good.
So if you're feeling luxurious this morning and a little cold, cream and chocolate, and that's your drink. I mean, you're starting a day on chocolate. It's only going to get better, right?
No, I mean, that's good fuel for the body, definitely, as well. All right, how am I doing this?
Base.
I've got some malted butter.
Malted butter.
Nice.
Some short crust biscuits we just broke up.
Oh, yum.
Shortbread biscuits.
Right.
And this is where I say definitely don't play with unsalted butter. You want the salt for this one.
Oh, really?
We speak about it all the time. Salt and chocolate, best friends.
They complement each other.
They, like, you have no idea. If you buy chocolate milk, sprinkle a little bit of salt in it, put the lid back on and shake it. I'm telling you, game changer.
I mean, you're talking about like powerful forces here. We're talking about malted butter and crushed crumb. We're talking about chocolate and milk and cream. I mean, oh, man's getting excited here, brother.
Do it. Okay. So once you get the butter in there, you want to kind of get the texture of, and you'll understand this one, like wet sea sand.
Oh,
Okay?
yes, I know all about
That's
sand.
exactly what you want. So get it into, once you get that, pop it into your tart dish. You can use a springform tart dish, which means you can pop the whole thing out, or just use whichever dish you have. And you're gonna, what I did, I got you a glass. You're gonna add some of those crumbs to the base, and then use a glass just to compact it down, and work it around the edges, because that's gonna hold all that ganache that we got.
All right. Let's try and put that into action. How's this consistency, all right?
Love it. That's exactly what you're looking for.
So we're popping that into our bowl right now, our baking
We add
tray.
the butter. So as this chills, the butter sets up a little bit, and it sets that base, gives you like a nice solid base, so you can actually slice into it. But it's not too hard like actual short crust pastry. That's why we use that.
Oh, wow.
And that's looking beautiful. So that's looking good. I always leave my chocolate for about like 3, even 4, maybe 5 minutes. You want it to kind of cool down anyway, so you don't want hot chocolate.
And you want their conversation to really get depthy. You want them to get involved with each other until you get that beautiful final product.
And you can see it started to melt already. I don't have any more chunks.
Yeah,
You can see.
now we're
And the more you
talking.
mix it, it becomes one, okay? There we
Chunks
go.
are disappearing, even the little bits start to disappear. The color of the milk is changing. That means
That's
it's starting
exactly
to
what
get
you want.
involved, yeah.
So I got you a glass for you, and I'm gonna ask you if you can start patting down that base.
Right, so patting it down
Patting
like
it down,
this, right?
yeah. Just like, and you can give it a little bit of like muscle, because you really want to have that firm base.
Okay,
Raul,
let's get
just pop it.
involved.
Look at if your biceps don't look like this when you're doing it in South Africa, you're gonna have to try again. There we go. That's what you want. That's what you want. Being in the kitchen's all about theatre, South Africa, and you got to make it happen. So, what I love about this recipe is, and it's ganache. We love it so much. But chocolate, you can change the format of it without adding things to it. If you let this chill and you hit it with an electric kitchen mixer, you add air into it. So you almost turn a normal ganache into a mousse. And you want that airy texture. But we've got one version over here, which is our done version, which I popped this into the fridge, I let it chill, then I whipped it. And you can see how airy that becomes.
Yeah, it's like floaty, like little chocolate tufts of cloud.
It's delicious.
Pranced upon there. Almost looks like rose petals.
We are out here just to like making things look beautiful.
Yeah.
And again, you must understand, food, we have to cook for sustainability to live.
Yes.
We don't have to cook desserts. That's purely for passion and like pure pleasure. So take
passion,
your time and make it like
luxury,
even more luxurious. Guys, I'm just feeling simple. Where take today is
Man, but this is what it does.
This is it.
When you're working with such beautiful ingredients as well, I mean, come on.
So you saw a few minutes ago, it was pretty much just milk with like a few speckles around. Now you can see it's come together. It is one beautiful, thick ganache. So like I said, we can do the aerated version, which we have over there, which the recipe is on the Woolies website. But I'm gonna show you just a simple ganache top.
Yeah, okay.
We've made this now. Pour your ganache over, and again, it's thick, it's velvety, it is beautiful. And it sets up and it slices so beautifully. And I love another thing I love is the fact that you don't need a lot of this because it's so rich. One slice, like the smallest slice is all you need. And I'm not playing when I say a tart this size would feed about 15 people.
Wow.
Push it even more if you want.
Be careful saying stuff like that because people might take that as a challenge and be like, I'll show you.
I'll show you.
I'll show you. 15, huh? One's enough. One's enough, pal.
So what you can do also is before you add your chocolate, pop a little bit of raspberry at the bottom.
Nice.
So we spoke about the aromas and the flavors
Yes,
of dark
yes.
chocolate. And a lot of it's very tropical. Almost berry comes through. So we're to complement that berry flavor with a little bit of raspberry.
Imagine that flavor coming together. Dude,
like,
that is amazing.
Get this one that's got the texture of the raspberries in as well. It's all about texture. What you can also do now is heat a little bit of this up and swirl it through the chocolate. So when you slice through it, you got like chocolate, and then what is this like almost crimson-y streak going through? It's raspberry.
I'm just thinking of the bite. Literally, you got that crunch coming through from the base, and then you've got the texture changes of that soft, puffy, aerated chocolate, and then a little bit of that sweetness coming through from this. I mean, what a sense. This is not a cake. This is an experience.
Yeah.
This is a moment.
Wow.
This is a conversation. This is a dance.
Yes.
This is a unification of the magic, beauty, and all the good vibes coming together just to form magic, man.
We just out here trying to cook food for you guys, and we're just giving you so much more. So, I love the little chocolate nuggets that you got. So this is, like I said, smooth and velvety. Let's blow people's minds and add chocolate chunks in there.
It wasn't blown enough already.
As you're busy getting into that soft, silky chocolate, every now and then you get a little nugget of goodness. And again, it's all about the flavor, all about the texture. We just, like I said, we're just out here trying to get you guys cooking. We made your tart South Africa. It's delicious. Make this one, make that one. Either way, you're going to be happy. Family's going to be happy.
Chef Clem coming through woolworths.co.za if you want this recipe inspiration. And as we promised you, your double dose of chocolate right here in the kitchen. Mzansi, I hope you enjoyed that one. Chef Clem, that was absolutely magic, man. I'm definitely going to put this on my agenda of things to definitely make. And for you, go find out more about the recipe. woolworths.co.za for more of this inspiration. And yeah, how's that for some chocolate loving?
to your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and we've been treated to Brandon Bartman's performances, and he is back for one final performance, and he's representing his band GKD for the last time this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Here's Europa by Carlos Santana. Brandon, take it away.
Thank you so much.
When something's on your mind, but words don't come so easy, think of all the other ways to say it. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.